Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's a serious one. Got an email from a dude for the second date update today, and it said that he met the woman of his dreams.
Oh, I love
and
these
that
ones.
He swears he is madly in love and that they're going to get married and grow old together, and he just knows it.
It's like I can hear the eye roll in your voice.
It's not an eye roll, it's stress, because now I have to talk to him on the phone while holding back vomit. And that's difficult for me, but I'm going to try anyway. Tyler, what's up?
Hey, man, sorry to make you vomit, but I am definitely head over heels in love.
Why would you do that to me right now? I had just gotten over that little tingly feeling in your throat, and it's back now.
I hope you have a toilet nearby because this is serious.
Oh, my God, that's so cute. How did you fall in love after one date?
Well, we did go on one date, but I actually spent a little bit of time with her before the date. We sat next to each other on an airplane. So
Okay. Kismet, very much so.
I think so. I mean, I thought she was gorgeous the second I saw her walking down the aisle. I couldn't believe it when she actually sat down next to me.
I know, that's the best feeling. It's only ever happened to me one time, but you see like someone attractive walking, you're like, please sit next to me, please sit next to me, please sit next to me. They always pass you by.
Yeah.
One time it happened and it was the best. I asked her out and she said no. But apparently this one said yes.
That's a really awkward plane ride. I hope you waited till the end to ask her out.
I did.
Okay,
I did.
that's good.
But it was on the landing, so there was still a decent amount of time to sit there like, oh, you idiot.
My ears are popping, my heart's breaking.
Anyway, Tyler, you had the opposite experience, so that must have felt good.
Yeah, it did feel really good because we were getting our baggage together. I was super nervous. And then she was turning to leave, and I was like, oh, my God, this is like the moment. I'm either going to lose her or I can put myself out there and just go for it. And I asked her out. I was like, hey, hold on a second. Can I actually see you again? I'd love to take you to dinner.
Ooh, wow.
Just straight like that? You just shot it out there?
Yeah, I did, because she was turning to leave, and it was like in slow motion. I was like, stop.
All right.
That's awesome.
Well, good work.
You seized the moment, man.
Yeah.
And what'd she say?
I mean, there was a little red flag at that moment because she kind of hesitated a bit, but then she said, okay. So
When you asked her out there, that she hesitated, and that's a red flag to you?
yeah, she got kind of weird. I didn't know if like she maybe wasn't into me or I don't know. Maybe she wasn't. I thought maybe she like had a boyfriend or something.
Well, how long was the hesitation?
Like a few seconds. She just seemed like awkward about it.
Okay.
So what was it like the first time you guys met up for dinner?
The dinner was amazing. It was so much fun. I had the greatest time. We were hitting it off, laughing, great chemistry. At one point, we even had this moment where we were feeding each other our food.
Aww.
I don't know about that one. That's always kind of weird to me.
It's cute.
Who initiated the
Yeah.
food feeding?
I mean, who do you think?
You.
I did.
Definitely you.
Here, eat this.
I mean, it was done like in a joking way. Like I know it sounds weird, but like I had a burger and she had a crab sandwich, and she asked me for a bite, and then I like held it out like I didn't like I like put it in her mouth basically.
Okay. It does mean that she's good with whatever is going on in your mouth, sharing that.
Yeah, I definitely took that as a good sign. There was one kind of embarrassing thing that happened, but besides that, it was like a perfect first date.
So what was the embarrassing thing? You blurted out that you loved her right then and there?
He proposed on accident.
I'm sure that she could tell from the way I was looking at her that I really am into her, but she said that she had jet lag, and she said that she was having trouble adjusting because she has a weird body.
Okay.
I was like, that's not true. You have an incredible body. And then it got like really quiet, and she like looked away, and then it like got really awkward. And I was like, I'm just kidding. It was a joke. Like,
You have a weird body. I was kidding. Your body's totally weird.
I could see how that could come off as a little, I mean, depending on your tone of voice and your delivery, it could come off as a little creepy.
I was probably really intense when I said it.
Okay. Then, yeah, that was probably strange.
You're intense with sweaty palms when you said it. Yeah.
Do you think that that's the reason she's not calling you back?
I don't know, because when we said goodbye to each other, similar to when I asked her out the first time, I was like, I had a great time. Thanks so much for going out with me. And I told her that night I really want to see her again. And she kind of did that hesitating, awkward thing again.
So you guys didn't share a kiss or anything?
Yeah, we kissed.
Oh, you did?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
how was it?
Yeah, what was that like? I mean, your first kiss with the woman of your dreams.
Yeah.
It was a fireworks moment.
Ooh, nice.
Was it long? Was it short? Was it a peck? I need more details.
Tongue?
I mean, honestly, I can't even really remember the kiss. Like the whole thing was like a blur. I was having such an amazing time. It was like an out of body experience.
Are you sure that you actually kissed her? Or did you imagine it?
I'm positive I kissed her.
Okay. She didn't drive off and you were standing there in the parking lot just kissing the air, imagining it was her.
No. I definitely kissed it. Thank you very much.
Maybe she didn't like the way you kiss.
Or maybe she just is awkward in conversation and sometimes has bad timing.
I don't know, but it's been 5 days. I've called, I've texted. I'm like freaking out here because I feel like this is a girl that I could marry one day. I really, really want to hear back from her, and I really want to see her again. So
Whoa.
if you guys can help me out, that would be amazing because I don't want to let this one go.
No pressure at all.
A little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, cool. Thank you.
Hang on, love bug.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Tyler, before we make this phone call for your second date update, can I ask you a question first?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, the girl that you want to call today, her name's Vanessa, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you instantly knew that you loved her after your first date.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so my question to you is, what does love feel like?
Oh, sad.
Jubal.
Can we give
What
him a
does it
hug?
feel like?
Oh,
It feels like giddiness, happiness, like this big swell in your chest.
Huh,
yeah.
okay.
Joy.
Oh, okay. It's like how I feel about money. Got it. Perfect. Now I can really put myself in your shoes and say,
Yeah.
congratulations,
There you
man.
go.
Yeah, you must really like this girl. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it before.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I really like her.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, then
sweet
let's hurry up
Tyler.
and get this phone call done, man. I have to hear how this ends.
Yeah, right?
Because after this, I want to call my bank. Tell everybody I love them. All right. Well, just to remind everybody, if you're just joining us, Tyler met this girl while they were on a plane. He asked her out at baggage claim. They went on a date, and after the date, he's just like, I love her.
Oh, my gosh. This is so
And-
much pressure.
Now she is not calling him back or anything. Okay, Tyler.
Oh,
I'm dialing her now, and
Tyler.
I'm sorry, dude. She's probably going to answer my phone call and not yours.
Oh, my gosh. Don't rub it in. This guy's already going to be crushed, I feel like, in a second.
I mean, I'll just be happy to hear her talk again, honestly. So
Okay. Well, she's
Okay,
going
well-
to be talking to another man. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, he's got the bar is set low for Tyler, which I like. You're not expecting a lot. This is good.
Okay, here we go. I'm dialing her phone number.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Vanessa?
Who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Is this Vanessa?
I'm sorry. If this is a telemarketer, I'm not interested.
No, this
He'd
is
be
not a telemarketer. As a matter of fact, by the time this phone call is done, you might want nothing to do with our product at all. So,
I'm sorry. Who are you?
my name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
One of our listeners actually emailed us about you.
All right.
Okay, and he gave us your phone number, so I thought I'd dial it and see if you answered.
Wait, someone gave you my phone number?
Yes, his name is Tyler, and you guys met on a plane and then had dinner a little while ago.
Oh.
You remember Tyler?
Yes, I remember Tyler.
Okay, that's
Okay. Well, Tyler definitely remembers you, and he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you haven't been calling him back. So
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
you don't have to apologize to me. I'm fine with it.
No, I mean, I'm sorry to do that to him.
So wait, so you have guilt about it? About not calling him back?
Yeah.
You do.
Wait, like
Yeah.
like in a way like, oh man, I should have called him back. I wanted to and I haven't gotten around to it, or in a didn't know how to let him down way.
Like, in a way, I'd like to see him, but I can't.
You can't
Uh-oh.
see him. It sounds like maybe you're in a relationship or married or something.
No, it's not that.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
you're single.
Yes.
Okay.
But you can't see him.
No.
You went blind.
It's not that.
Okay. Well, if you could maybe tell us a little bit so that we can talk to him because he said that he really liked you a lot.
Yeah, he's like smitten.
Oh, man. It's not going to make a lot of sense to people.
Well,
Try us.
we're pretty weird, so try
Yeah.
it. And we might be like, oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I wouldn't call that guy either.
Did he do something wrong?
Not exactly. It's my parents.
Your parents?
What?
Yeah.
How would your parents even know about him? Haven't you guys you've been on one date.
This is the part that I know that people don't really understand.
Okay.
Your parents are private investigators, and they track down each of your dates and find out about them.
Intense.
Not exactly.
Whoa.
But close? Wait, what? What? You have to tell us.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents are just really protective.
Okay.
You know, they love me, and I really trust them. I respect their opinion.
So you told them that you met this dude on a plane, and they were like, no.
Not exactly.
But kind of. How would they even know him? I mean, did you give them information about him?
Not exactly.
Not exactly, not exactly. So how do they know about this guy then?
Well, they were there.
Wait, they were where?
They were there at another table.
They were at the restaurant?
What? On your date?
Yeah.
On
Wait.
purpose or on accident?
Good question.
Well, like I said, they're just very protective, and
Oh.
It was on purpose.
I really trust their opinion. You know, they care for me, so they wanted to be there.
What?
So
Wait,
where they were like sitting at another table watching him to see if it was a good date or whatever?
Yeah.
Is this something you do often with your parents? Like every time you go on a date, you tell them where you're going to go and they show up too?
Oh yeah. I mean, I really care about their opinion, and I know that they care about me.
Yeah, but I care about my best friend's opinion and I want my mom's opinion, but I trust that I can get their opinion without them actually being on the date with me.
I know that this is hard to understand, but this is what we do. I like that they're there. I like that they're lurking out for me.
Okay, so let's get past that for a second. Just
Okay.
the whole situation of you bringing your parents along.
Yeah.
Everybody's got opinions
Yeah.
on that for sure, but I just want to know, did they not like him? Is that why you're not calling him back?
Yeah. I mean, they said you seem nice, but I hate to say this, but that he dressed poor and that
Oh.
he didn't really put in much effort. Not very cultured.
Wow.
So wait, your parents are controlling
man.
and shallow?
Whoa.
That is intense. They're judging people on what they're wearing?
They're looking out for my best interest.
Oh.
And
Okay.
trust me, a rich, cultured man is the best. And I want that for all of us listening right now and in this room.
Yeah.
So why not just tell him that, well, you can't tell him that. So,
Yeah, that's messed up.
but if you like him, can't you tell your parents you're going to give it another shot and they could come along on another date?
I mean, I trust my parents' opinion. They've never been wrong. Like, the one time that I didn't listen to them in my college years, I took on this roommate. They told me not to be roommates with her, and she wound up being a drug addict. So
Wow.
they were right.
Wow.
Don't you think, as parents, shouldn't they raise you so that you can be a confident young woman who they trust in making decisions for yourself?
I trust myself to bring them along because I like that they're there and their opinion matters.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, well, now that we've heard your parents' opinion and the reason that you're not calling Tyler back, I wonder what Tyler's opinion would be. And the cool thing, Vanessa, is that he's actually on the phone listening to this and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so we can get that opinion right now.
Yay.
Tyler, what's up? You there still?
I'm here.
Wow.
You're quiet. You're
Oh,
quiet.
my God, Tyler, you're there?
Is it okay that we have this conversation without your parents around?
Without mom and dad?
Very funny.
Oh.
Really, Vanessa? Your parents were there watching us the whole time?
I'm sorry. I know that's weird, but it's just, they've been there for me all my life.
I don't understand why you didn't tell me that they were there. Why was it some secret? Now I feel like they were spying on us, which they
I
were,
know.
I guess.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just, if you knew if they were there, then you would act differently. They needed to see how you would act if we were alone.
Dude, he was feeding her food in front of her mom and dad.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
It's weird, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
And by the
sorry.
way, I'm not poor and I'm not uncultured. I'm actually a great guy. I have a good job. I have my own condo. I've been in a little trouble, but that's in the past.
A little trouble, but that's in the past.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean, Tyler?
Yeah. What does that mean?
It doesn't matter. It's in the past. It was 6 months ago.
Oh, my God. Were you arrested? You were
In the
arrested.
past 6 months ago.
I'm just being honest. It was 6 months ago. I've moved on. I'm just saying that I have my life together, and that's it.
Hold on. What happened 6 months ago?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Forget that I said that.
Forget that I said that.
It does matter. What did you do?
I've served my time. I'm in a different place now. It was the lowest kind of. I was roped into it from other people. It's not important. I'm just saying that I have my life together.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme.
I want to know now, Tyler. Everybody wants to know.
Embezzlement. Are we close?
I'm not telling you guys. It was in the past. My point is that it was a great day. I just want to know if she likes me or not. And I just want to either move on or not.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, then I'll help you here. Vanessa, would you like to go out on a second date with Tyler? We will pay for it.
What?
I mean,
We'll pay for your parents, too. Why not?
Yeah. Foursome?
Bring him along.
I can't, especially knowing now that there's some mystery that happened 6 months ago.
It was not even a big deal. It was the lowest felony charge you could get. I was roped into it.
Oh,
That's kind of the
felony?
biggest deal. That's as big as it gets,
It
deal.
was the smallest felony you could get. I barely even served any time. It was in the past, like I said.
Wow. My parents were right about you.
Okay. Well, I have to admit, I was kind of skeptical at the beginning of this call, but it may have been a good decision for Vanessa to bring her parents along on her date.
They got a bad vibe.
Oh, my God. Are you freaking kidding me?
Well, yeah, they thought something bad about him, and turns out he has a past, a criminal history.
They were
So,
right.
It's weird, man.
Vanessa, sorry it didn't work out. I do have a question for you, though. Do you think it'd be cool if your parents came along on my next date? Because I could really use their opinion. They sound like they know what they're talking about.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today is living my dream.
Uh-oh.
He's a single dad. And I've
what?
always wanted to be a single dad.
You don't want kids ever. You hate children.
But being a single dad is great because you get all the joys of having a kid or whatever. But you only have to do it like every other weekend.
Oh,
you know?
you're talking about like a divorced dad.
And then you usually
Okay.
get a lot of McDonald's.
I see.
Because that's usually where, you do the meetup to exchange kids and stuff. So you're always getting McDonald's.
So it's like children light is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the way to do it if you're going to do fatherhood. That's what I've heard, at least. His name is Kevin. Kevin, what's up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, is
Pretty
it,
good.
Is it as romantic as he describes it, being a single dad?
Well, I have to say I do try to throw in some vegetables every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, for them, I guess. But, yeah, you get McDonald's at least twice a month. That's fun.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done or they riot.
Your email said that you're a single dad. You don't date very much. So you were really excited to go on this date.
Yeah, it's been quite a while, actually. And, I guess I'm out of practice or whatever. I don't really know how to do that anymore, date. So the way I met this girl was pretty cool. I was taking my kids to the Natural History Museum.
Good dad.
Never mind. Hey, forget what I said about being a single dad. That sounds terrible.
Torture.
It's not. It's dinosaurs and stuff. It's like perfect.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm back on board. Sounds great.
my God.
All right. So you were at the History Museum with your kids, and that's where you met her?
Yeah, because we were part of a tour.
Uh-huh.
And my kid asked me something about, I don't even remember now, it's something about dinosaurs, and I was searching for the answer, and I couldn't come up for it. And Stephanie, that's this girl's name, she stepped in, and she, completely knew all these answers. And, of course, both of my kids, totally fell for her right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. So we got to talking a little bit. And I don't know, I guess flirting. I think it was flirting.
Oh, well, I assume if you guys went on a date, it was flirting.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Yeah, maybe.
I just don't recognize it. So anyway, so we did start talking, and at the end of our time in the museum, I I told the kids to sort of go over there for a minute.
Yeah, you distracted them with something shiny.
Daddy needs
I
a moment.
did. I said, look at that. Look at those skeletons over there. And I pushed them that way.
Yeah.
And then
Check out those bones over there. Daddy's going to try to get a bone of his own
Oh,
going
my
on.
Hey, whoa.
God. How
Yeah.
long have you been waiting to work in a bone joke?
3 minutes.
Uh-huh.
But I did tell her, I don't normally do this, but I asked her if she would like to go out with me.
That's so cute.
Nice.
You sound cute, nervous, and it sounds lovely.
So I got her number, and we made a plan, and
Where'd you go?
we went to this nice restaurant, and we were having a good time, and then something sort of awkward happened.
Okay, how far into the date were you when the awkward thing happened?
Well, unfortunately, it was kind of at the beginning, because we were waiting for our table at the bar, and we were ordering drinks, and the bartender carded us, which was kind of funny.
And you're not 21.
No.
You're not of age.
So I was flattered, I guess. And he took our IDs, and then he handed them back to us, but he switched them up. So I had hers,
Uh-huh.
she had mine.
Okay, so what's awkward about that?
Because the picture on my ID is 3 years ago, and I weighed at least 90 pounds more than I do now.
Oh, okay. So,
So
did
you-
it even look like you on your ID?
I can barely recognize myself in that ID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got this big, ugly beard, and it wasn't a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Imagine.
Why would that be awkward, though? I mean,
Because she sort of looked at it, and then she looked at me, and she was like, "Is this you?" Kind of, and I was like, "Yeah," and I went into the whole story about
Yeah.
how what was going on, and I don't know. I mean, she just seemed sort of shaken up by that. I mean, I don't look like that anymore.
yeah.
If anything, I would feel like she'd be impressed that you were improving yourself and doing what you needed to do to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, me too. And that's generally been the reaction.
It's
you
like,
know?
good for you for
Yeah.
losing weight and getting healthier again.
Yeah.
And that actually made her angry, I guess.
And I never asked. I mean, I assumed that she was a single mom as well that you met at the History Museum.
No. She doesn't have kids, but
Oh,
Oh.
she doesn't have kids.
no, she doesn't have kids. But I mean, that was one of the things that I thought was really cool. Is she seemed really cool with my kids. I mean, she got along with them really well, at the museum. And I'm biased, but my kids are pretty cool, and they were entertaining her. So that seemed like it was not going to be a problem, which is a huge deal.
Yeah, it would be different if you let her know that you had kids on the date and she didn't
Right.
know that going into the date. Then you could be like, well, maybe she's not calling back because of that.
Right. No, but that's not it. She totally got along with them. So,
Cute.
So how did the date end?
well, okay. So we finished dinner, and I was walking to her car, and I said goodnight. I had a really great time, and I tried to give her a hug, just a hug,
Uh-huh.
and she sort of backed away.
Ooh.
And
Backed away from a hug?
yeah,
That
And
is-
did she say anything about it?
I made some joke about what too fast or something, and she sort of said yeah, and then she said, well, okay, bye, and then she left. I mean,
How dare you think I'd hug you on the first date?
I wasn't gonna try to kiss her, but I thought,
Yeah.
anyways, I don't know. I am super confused because I called her, left her a message, and told her I had a great time. And I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, wow, she thinks I'm a creep or something, but I couldn't quite tell, right? So I called her and I texted her, and there's just nothing.
Nothing.
No response.
No
Dude,
response at
and
all,
that
huh?
sucks. It's like your first foray back into dating, and you get denied a hug.
I know, it was it started out so great at the museum, and then, so I guess I'm asking you guys, what do you think happened? What is it? I'm super confused.
Well, yeah, the dating game has changed a lot. People don't hug anymore. You can get a disease that way. So she's...
Is that right?
Yeah. Sorry, you didn't know that. We already figured it out. No need to make the phone call.
Yep, we're
No,
done here.
I have no idea what it could be. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Kevin is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Stephanie. We think the reason Stephanie's not calling him back is because Kevin decided to do the unthinkable in his life and get healthy.
Oh, ick.
Yeah, lost a bunch of weight, started eating better, feels better than he ever has before, except now, sure, you can run more, but you can't run after love, can you? Can't catch love. Can't run that fast, Kevin.
I was trying.
Yeah, you got winded, buddy.
If you missed the first part, Kevin told us about the date that he went on. They went out and had dinner, and the bartender asked them for their IDs at one point, and he showed his ID, and he looks a lot different in his ID because how many pounds heavier were you?
90.
90 pounds heavier.
Substantial.
And so he's lost a lot of weight. And after that point, her mood toward him changed. It's almost like she got angry at you.
I mean, she didn't get angry. I thought the date went really well, actually, after we got over that initial ID thing. And I thought it was fun until, she refused to hug me at the end.
Yeah. Getting shut down for a hug,
Yikes.
to me, would say she was kind of angry with you about something.
Maybe. I guess that's what I need you guys to find out for me.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and find out what happened, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Stephanie.
Yeah, this is Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who's this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
What is this in regards to?
Well, it's in regards to an email that we got into the show, and the email was about you.
What do you mean?
Well, you recently went out on a date with a guy named Kevin.
Yeah, I did. Who wants to know?
Kevin does, because he told us about your date, sent us an email because now you're not calling him back, and wanted to see if we could figure out if something went wrong.
All right. Is this going to take a long time? Because I don't really want to talk about this.
No, we can get you off the phone pretty quickly. He just wants to know because he really enjoyed going out with you. He said that he thought you had a really good time, and he's tried to call you and text you, and I guess he's getting nothing in return.
I can save you a lot of time. Just tell him I'm not interested, okay?
Whoa. I know you don't have a lot of time right now, but he seems like a really nice guy. He hadn't been on a date.
Yeah, okay, sure.
He's not a nice guy?
No, he's not.
What?
Really? Because he came off as like an awesome guy who has some kids and...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought initially. That's why I decided to go out with him. But I found out that was not the case.
What did he do?
Look, I don't really want to do this. I'm just not interested in Kevin. I don't really want to go into it.
Okay, but you sound upset at Kevin, or
Yeah, I am.
well, now is the perfect time to at least state your case.
Yeah.
And get it off your chest. And if Kevin's doing something that you think is terrible, now's your opportunity to tell Kevin whatever you want.
Okay. So we were at the bar and we were getting drinks and we got carded.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this mix-up with the IDs. He got my ID, I got his ID. And I took a look at it, and his ID was a huge turnoff right away.
Is that because... So he told us that your attitude sort of changed after you saw the ID. Are you saying because he was 90 pounds heavier?
No, that wasn't it.
Oh, my God, because I had so many mean words about you in my head if that was going to be the case.
No, that was not the case. But I noticed that he's not an organ donor.
Okay. And
that's terrible. Are you serious? That's incredibly selfish.
So wait.
So that's the reason?
Yes.
You don't want to go out with him again because he hasn't elected to donate his organs after he dies?
That's exactly why.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't appreciate you laughing about this. This is very serious.
All right, well, that's Jose laughing. He laughs at everything, so it's fine.
Death included?
It does.
Well, I don't appreciate it.
Honestly, though, to me, it does seem kind of trivial to not want to go out with a person again because they're not an organ donor.
Look, I would understand if, he was just like a young guy and didn't know better, but this is a guy who has kids. Mm-hmm. He has 2 kids, and like one organ can save up to 8 lives. I mean, it's not just 1-to-1, So
Right.
The thought of someone not wanting to do that and not wanting to even take the chance of saving that many people, to me, that's incredibly selfish.
Yeah, but I'm an organ donor. I think it's important for me, but everybody has a different reason, and you didn't even give him a chance to explain.
But I don't care. He should know that, and he should look for the box and check it. I don't care.
Okay.
There's no excuse for that in my mind. He needs to understand the consequences of not checking that box.
Why didn't you just talk to him about it if you were that passionate about this cause?
Look, you're not listening to me. The point is, I shouldn't be the one to have to explain this to him. He's an adult. I'm not trying to date a guy who needs a mom to tell him that, okay? He should know that on his own.
Wow, you're really fired up about this, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. You can tell him I think he's a scumbag for not being an organ donor. I'm never going to date him again.
Wow.
Okay. Well, how about this, Stephanie? What if you just tell him that?
I don't want to tell him that. I don't want to talk to him.
Okay, well, it's too bad because he's actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
What are you talking about?
I mean, that's the whole point of this was so we could get you two on the phone together.
He's listening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Stephanie.
I don't want to talk to you, Kevin.
Wow. Look, I feel like I need to at least have the opportunity to defend myself here. I feel like I'm being accused of some horrible
Being
crime.
selfish? Yeah, because you are.
Oh, dang.
Listen, I don't have anything against organ donors. Okay, I think it's
Then why aren't you one?
I don't know. Because I must have missed the box, or
That's
it
not
wasn't
a
on
good enough
purpose.
reason, Kevin. Look for the box and check it. It's not that hard.
Whoa.
Okay, I take your point. I wish you could give me a little slack here. Okay, this was,
Kevin,
look,
you have kids, okay? You have kids.
Exactly.
Something happened to your
Exactly.
kids.
I have 2 kids who I love more than anything. And they're also a handful, okay? And I got to be on my toes, and maybe I was frazzled or whatever. I'm sure they were with me at the DMV, and that could have been why I didn't check the box. It's not because I'm some weird monster who won't give my organs away.
Well, you need to be more responsible and think about
Why
that.
didn't you say anything?
Because I shouldn't have to tell you to be an organ donor. You should know that yourself. You're a grown man.
Yes, I would love to be an organ donor. And if you had told me that at dinner, I would have said, oh, wow, I didn't realize that I wasn't. I will get right on that.
Oh, it's so convenient, Kevin. You're saying that because you want to date me again so you can sleep with me.
What?
Oh.
He said he's not an organ donor.
Actually, Stephanie, I can put your mind at ease because I really, really don't want to date you, and I definitely don't want to sleep with you.
Oh,
Well,
dang.
Stephanie, you realize you're coming off as a bit crazy.
You're coming off as a bit naggy, okay? You've been nagging me this whole time. And as if I have to defend my position on standing up for, honestly, the whole human race. I shouldn't have to do that.
What? Wait a minute. Are you saying that because I forgot or I missed to check a box, people have died because of me not checking a box?
Maybe not yet, but someday you're going to kill somebody.
Whoa.
What? Whoa, I'm going to kill somebody because I'm not going to donate an organ. What, are they going to die of a broken heart? I don't understand. How does that kill someone?
Just because you don't take a weapon and kill somebody doesn't make you not a murderer.
Calling Kevin a murderer.
I mean, Stephanie,
Wow.
you may have a good point somewhere in there, but you need to be less aggressive about it, I think.
You guys are just being ignorant, and I don't even want to talk to you guys about this anymore.
Well, can I ask you one more question, please?
What do you want? I'm done. You've taken up enough of my time already.
I just want to ask if you'll go out with Kevin on a second date. We will pay for it.
You know, whatever, smart. I don't appreciate this.
Oh.
Hey, Kevin?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hung up.
Uh-huh.
That's intense, man. I mean, you should be an organ donor, though.
Brooke.
I will gladly go down and register as an organ donor, but not because of Stephanie, but because I think it's the right thing to do. Look, I didn't even know that I wasn't.
All right, well, until you do that, Kevin, in my book, you're a murderer.
Oh, no.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 that says Kevin didn't just dodge a bullet, he dodged a nuclear bomb. Good for him. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Kevin wanted to call a girl named Stephanie. She wasn't calling back after their date, and he thought, for some strange reason, she was angry at him for losing weight. Because there was a moment where they had to take out their IDs, and the picture in his ID is like 90 pounds heavier. Once she saw the ID, she became cold to him, and he didn't know why.
Yeah.
It was hard to believe that maybe somebody would be angry at him for losing a bunch of weight, and it wasn't that. It was the fact that on his license, he wasn't listed as an organ donor. And she went as far to call him a murderer.
Dude, she lost it, man. Yeah. I'm just saying, if Stephanie dies, I do not want her angry kidneys.
No.
Just keep those things away from me.
And the worst part to me was he was like, I didn't even notice. Like,
Yeah.
I totally would be.
He's like, I'm fine with being an organ donor. I don't have a problem with it. And she's
Exactly.
like, whatever, you just want people to die. Somebody texted in at 78592 and said, can you imagine if they got married and he didn't recycle one day? Oh my God.
No.
She might actually be a murderer on that day.
I mean, and the thing is if you do have a really strong stance on something like that,
That's not how you communicate it.
Yeah, be
you
reasonable.
know?
Yeah,
Come
maybe-
It's not how you get people on your side.
Ask him about it.
Oh,
I don't
you
know.
know?
Remember, if
Maybe.
you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back, even if they're a murderer and don't want to be an organ donor.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A guy named Cody is on the phone for a second date update today, and he said his date was a disaster. But in his email, he said the girl that he met actually showed up looking better than her profile picture. So I don't know how anything could be a disaster after that. Cody, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing?
Okay, so your date was a disaster?
It was.
Was it your fault, Cody?
It was my fault, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that, though. That's good.
Find out more about that in just a second. But first, tell us about the girl you want to call. What's her name?
Her name's Natalie.
Natalie. And you said she actually showed up looking better than her profile picture? That's rare.
Yeah, I mean, we met on Tinder, and I got to the bar early because I wanted to be there to kind of scope out a good place to wait and just to be ready. And, you know, she walked through the door, and, yeah, she looked even better than she looked on Tinder. And
Awesome.
Did you act shocked when you talked to her? Like, oh, my God.
Hopefully not.
I was like, oh, man, you looked only okay, but no.
Yeah.
That could have been a disaster.
Like, you are horribly photogenic. Like, in person, way more beautiful.
You take terrible pictures. Not at all.
What was your actual interaction like?
So she came in, you know, she saw me, she came right over, gave me like a big hug.
Good.
And I have to admit, I was like immediately really nervous. Like, okay, is this too good to be true? Everything's got to go well. And, you know, so we're like looking over the menu to order a drink. And she was like, you know, hey, would you mind doing Jello shots?
Whoa.
Dude, I like this girl.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, who's going to turn down Jello shots? This is really going great. And so we're like doing Jello shots, and she's talking about like family vacations to her family's lake house. And
Awesome.
like she's, you know, like really opening up right off the bat.
Like she's talking about taking you to her family vacation spot, or just in general?
She was talking about it in general, but I felt like she was maybe going there. But
Okay.
Plus, you might have been drunk or something at that point. I mean, it doesn't sound like a disaster at all, unless those Jello shots led to more Jello shots, which led to other kinds of shots, and then it became a disaster.
it was not a disaster at that point, but hang with me. We're getting to the disaster part.
Okay.
So honestly, I'm feeling like everything's going great, right? She looks great. She's opening up about her family. Maybe she's going to invite me to, you know, this lake house. We're getting kind of drunk. And I start to notice this smell.
At the bar?
Uh-huh. Oh. And I'm like trying to sniff around a little bit without being too obvious. And after a few minutes, I'm like, oh, crap. It's me. Not, oh, crap. I didn't crap myself. Didn't mean to say, oh, crap.
I was going to say, that would definitely be a bad thing to do on a date. So you smelled?
Yeah, I smelled.
I don't get it. Like you farted or what?
Like deodorant?
No, BO. I mean, I plan on going home after work to shower, but work went a little too late.
Oh.
It was like one of those in-betweens where like I didn't have enough time to go home to shower, but I had more than enough time to get to the bar, so I took a walk there.
Oh.
Okay, so you're nice and ripe.
Ripe, yeah.
And then, you know, got really nervous right off the bat, which I'm sure kicked into all of that. It just was, it was a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
you read.
what'd you do? Just keep your arms to your side the whole time?
No, I excused myself to go to the bathroom and tried to like wash my pits, wash a little down there because the Jello shots had me feeling optimistic.
Down there, too. Oh, so you took a little hooker shower in the bathroom.
Yeah, sure. That sounds about right. And I used the hand soap, and I came back, and almost immediately it started to sting down there.
Wait, you put hand soap down there? Like, and just tried to splash water?
I just wanted to make sure if we got to that business, it was smelling all right down there.
Yeah. I just wish I could have walked in on you in the bathroom. That would have been nice and awkward.
It wasn't good. So I had to excuse myself again, and now she's kind of like, what's up? Why all these bathroom trips? And I'm like, I'll just be right back.
Okay.
And I go to the bathroom, and this is where it gets so much worse. I'm like trying to wash it off.
Oh, no.
I'm getting water all over myself. I literally just like ditch my underwear at this point.
Oh, my God.
Now I've got like water all down the front of my pants. And so, like, it's one of those eco-friendly bathrooms. There's no hand towels. It's just a blow dryer.
Oh, my God. And you're just, like, standing naked in the bar bathroom at this point is what it sounds like.
I've got my shirt on. But, yeah, no, I'm trying to dry off my pants in the hand dryer.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
So did you come back to the table drenched?
Or naked?
You just decided to ditch all the clothes altogether?
No, yeah, that would have been a move. No, I came back. And I think I just couldn't get my pants dry, and I was just like really sweating at this point, and just launched into this whole tirade on modern toilets. I was like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. The toilet exploded on me. Modern toilets are all too powerful." It's almost like an outer body experience hearing this crazy man talk about the toilet power.
Okay. What was her attitude at this point?
Rightfully so. She's like, hey, maybe we should reschedule.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
Right, but ouch.
And did the date end right there then?
Well, at that point, I also thought that was probably the best decision. So I'm like, yeah, we should totally reschedule. Look, honestly, I was having a great time. I think like this could be great. And, I think I probably, in some desperation, maybe threw out a few more. I had a great time at her. And then we parted ways. And I've reached out to her a few times, and not shockingly, she hasn't responded. But I just feel like she's pretty awesome. I really screwed it up. Like, I would just like the chance for her to get to know me and to go on a second date.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you missed the first part of today's second date update, a dude named Cody is on the phone, and he didn't get intimate with his date on his first date, but he did get intimate with a hand dryer in a bar bathroom. So if you missed it, Cody went out with this girl named Natalie. He met her on Tinder. She showed up actually looking better than her profile picture. But during the date, he noticed that he smelled a bit funky because he hadn't showered. He didn't have time to do that after work. So he went to the bathroom and tried to clean up using the hand soap in the bathroom. But after his first try, he went back to the table and he washed his downstairs, and it started to sting a little bit because he didn't get all the soap off. So went back to the bathroom and tried again, and then just ended up getting his pants all wet, and it was awkward when he went back to the table. And they decided to end things there, and he hasn't heard from her since. Cody, you ready to do the second part of your second date update?
I'm ready.
And are you wanting to be fully honest with her? Because honestly, like if you said, hey, you were really beautiful, I got really nervous, I had a funk going because I was at work, I tried to fix it, and things just went wrong. Like, I feel like she should be understanding.
I don't really want to get into that. I definitely don't want you
Okay.
guys to be the one to say it. Like, if you can get her on the phone, let's see how it goes.
Well, I mean, she noticed that your pants and stuff were wet, though,
I
right?
feel like the reason is better than making something up.
No, but he blamed it on the toilet, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
But that's even weirder, man. You're like battling a toilet.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was just really bad. I'm just hoping we can save it because she's a quality girl.
All right, well, we'll try. I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to Natalie, please?
This is Natalie.
Natalie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm good. I'm sorry. Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay. How can I help you?
Hi. Well, I don't know. Have you heard of the show before?
It sounds a little familiar. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, the first thing you can help with is maybe listening once and seeing if you like it. And then other than that, we got an email about you from somebody who does listen to the show.
Okay.
So we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I have heard of this before. It's that like roses, something to do with like roses, right?
No, very similar though. Yeah. Similar, but no, it's a little bit different. But you went out with a dude named Cody, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, Cody emailed us and we talked to him and he told us about your date. He said that he liked you a lot, but he also said that you're not calling him back.
That is true.
Okay, and Cody wants to know why.
He had really nice things to say about you. He thought you were a quality woman.
Oh, well, that's very nice. I don't know exactly what to say.
It was definitely one of the most awkward dates I've been on.
What was so awkward about it?
I don't know exactly what it was. Like, he was just clearly having a hard time that night.
Like with everything or just towards the end?
It was like sort of started towards like the middle, I guess. And then it just kept getting like stranger. And then we ended up just deciding like, hey, let's just call it a night and maybe like reschedule.
How so? What do you mean by stranger?
So he was definitely very sweaty, I guess, which was like fine at first, like whatever. But like he kept going to the bathroom. And one of the times, this guy who actually came out of the bathroom and came over to me and was like, hey, are you with that guy? And he's like, I don't know what his deal is, but he just offered me $40 to switch pants with him.
What? And the guy told you that?
Yeah.
That is so weird. What did you think?
I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, okay. It was so weird. And like at this point, I'm like, all kinds of things are creeping into my mind. I'm like, whatever it is, it must have been like bad or gross to like try to switch pants with a stranger in the bathroom.
Yeah, but then don't you feel bad for him?
I did feel bad. Like, what do you do? So I'm just sitting there.
So what do you think happened while he was in there?
I don't know if he had an accident, like pooped himself in the bathroom.
That's what you think happened.
Yeah, I don't know what else to think. Like, it must have been bad. It must have been gross. He was like all flustered and everything. And it's just like, before I was like, yeah, let's do these Jello shots. Like, I'll probably make out with this guy tonight. And now if I think about that, I'm thinking about gross things. I'm like, I don't even know how that'll work.
Yeah.
So I do feel bad. I haven't texted him back, but like, I just like, I don't know how to get past that.
Well, you don't have to feel too bad because you can talk to him right now. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah, I think he's still there. Cody, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Oh my God. I would not have said that much about it if I knew.
You thought I pooped myself?
I mean, what was I supposed to think?
Yeah.
Right, she's still thinking you pooped yourself. Like right now, she's thinking you didn't. Like
I've never pooped myself. I would never have pooped myself. I don't
we've
know.
all pooped.
I mean, I'm sure you have at some point in your life.
I mean,
I'm not like judging you because it happened. I'm just like, I don't know.
It didn't
how
happen.
To, like,
it didn't happen.
I'm serious. It really didn't happen. I didn't.
Okay, then Cody, if you really didn't poop your pants, then like, what the hell was going on?
Okay, so I was gonna go home and shower after work to get ready for the date, but I didn't have time, so like I walked to the restaurant and I got a little bit sweaty, and then you walked into that place and I was just stunned by you, and I got really nervous. Like you were more than I expected, and once like the date started happening, you were really cool, and
then he pooped himself.
No, you're making
No, I didn't. I didn't poop myself. Please stop.
Okay.
It does sound like you're leading up to nervous diarrhea. I'm going to agree with it.
No,
I've never had nervous diarrhea in my life.
I'm sorry, Cody. He didn't poop himself.
No, you didn't.
I swear. I had BO. Like, you didn't smell that? Like, it smelled like vinegar.
Vinegar
I mean, I honestly, like, I didn't smell anything at the beginning of the date. I don't know what you were doing in the bathroom if it wasn't that, but I feel like you're just trying to make up an excuse about it, which I understand it's embarrassing, but like,
No,
it happens.
No. I'm not making up an excuse. Not at all. That's the truth. I was at BO.
So what'd you do in the bathroom, Cody? You got to finish the story.
Yeah, please.
So I wasn't carrying deodorant with me. So when I went to the bathroom, the only thing I could do was wash my piss with water and hand soap. But then, I was thinking, like, I don't know, maybe it was the Jello shots. But I was thinking, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe tonight we'll go pretty far. And so I washed my with hand soap.
What? You should have stuck with poop in your pants.
And when I came back, it was stinging really badly, and I started to sweat more. And I went back to the bathroom to try to get the soap off of my junk, and it obviously made a big wet mess. And like I threw out my underwear there. It still sounds like I pooped myself. I didn't poop myself. I got really wet. and I was trying to dry myself off with a hand dryer. I mean, it was like the worst.
Cody, I don't know if you're telling the truth, which I'm still not really sure if you are. I mean, when you first showed up, I did find you attractive, and I thought you had kind of like a manly smell. If anything, it was kind of a turn on. Like nothing smells gross or weird. Like that's why I said like let's grab some Jello shots.
She liked your sweaty armpits.
So I don't know. The lengths you went to seem, if that's what happened, seem a little extra.
Seem a little extra. That's a very good way to put it.
I mean, to hear you say that when you felt that my smell was manly, it's so frustrating to hear. I mean, like, I went through all those steps. I did all that craziness, and you actually liked the smell. It's, I feel so stupid.
Well, Natalie, would you like to go on a second date with Cody? We'll pay for it. He can get all sweaty before he shows up and knows that he doesn't have to take a shower in the bathroom.
It's actually a really good sign, Natalie, that you have that type of chemistry with this dude.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm serious.
I mean, we did. That was before. Like, now I still don't know. I don't know.
Come on, who doesn't want to start their love story with a good poop story?
I mean, I don't. That's the problem. I don't, but I don't know.
Well, knowing now that he didn't go to the bathroom on himself, he was just feeling sweaty and gross. Would you like to go out with him again?
Give him another chance.
Come on, we'll pay.
I mean, like, if it's not true, all that stuff makes him seem a little crazy. But, like, I don't know.
I promise I'm normal. I promise to just...
It's always... Yeah.
That's what normal people always say, Cody.
I know. I was like, that's what you want to hear. I do feel bad about not texting him back because I did say we'd reschedule. So, I mean, I'm not promising anything. I just want to, like maybe we can meet up, a little friendly-ish and just see how it goes.
Guy, is that good?
I'll take it.
All right. Well, there you go.
Right now.
Good. Well, congratulations, Cody. You got a second date.
Kind of.
I'm going for a run right now.
Yeah, get nice and sweaty.
Yeah.
Bread and butter wines pair with the life moments you love, offering a rich and jammy Cabernet Sauvignon, a silky smooth Pinot Noir, and a buttery Chardonnay. Bread and butter wines are delicious. Find bread and butter wines in your favorite store.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
Normally, if somebody describes a first date as being strange and unexpected, that's the introduction scene to a 7-part crime docu-series on Netflix.
Whoa.
At least that's what I picture in my head.
It went from 0 to like 8,000.
Well, you know how they start.
Yeah.
She met a strange man. Next thing, something unexpected happened.
It's very vague, but
Look, I don't know, that's
with
just
the
how,
voice,
that's how things go in my head.
Yeah,
But
totally.
today, one of our listeners said her date was strange and unexpected in a good way.
Okay, that's awesome.
Hey, that's rare.
And now she's hoping to have another. Her name is Taylor. Taylor, you like it strange?
It was really weird. It was a first, all right. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'm excited to hear about this.
She sounded happy about it.
I'm scared.
So
Yeah.
what's the name of the guy that you went out with? What's his name?
Murphy. I met him online.
Okay.
Murphy,
I mean,
okay.
strange things always happen from online. And
Yeah. So what did you and Murphy do?
So we started out, we were just going to have like coffee and walk around the park a little bit.
Right. It's a good get to know you date.
Yeah, we just wanted to keep it casual and get to know each other,
Okay.
Until something unexpected.
Stop! Scary. I mean, really, honestly, like what could happen that would make it so strange? This wasn't at like 2 a.m. or anything that you were doing this, right? It was daylight.
Yeah, it was like we met at 2.
Okay.
And he seemed like really fun and comfortable to hang out with. I felt like I could like really kind of be myself around him.
Oh, that's the best feeling.
It is. It honestly is what
Right
you should
away.
strive for in every relationship.
Yeah. So when did things start to turn?
It wasn't even awkward at all. So then we're sitting on the bench, and like he was like on the phone, and his eyes got really wide, and I couldn't really hear what was going on. But all I could hear was he goes, "Don't worry, I'll handle it."
Okay.
Don't worry.
Oh, so he was. I mean, he took the phone call then, right in front of you.
Yeah, but he said, "Hold on, I got to take this. This is important."
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, that could be anything, though.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you
like-
don't answer a call on a date unless it's big.
Yeah.
But
and-
even handling stuff, what's a good thing that you can handle?
yeah. It sounds like you're about to help someone hide a body.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, you
Hey,
know.
go buy your grandma flowers. Like, I'll handle it.
Maybe
I'll
he's
handle
got a
it.
library fine, and he means I'll handle it. Don't worry.
Still, doesn't fit, bro.
I don't know.
Who gets library
It could
fines
be
anymore,
innocent.
Brooke?
It could be innocent.
Okay, well, what happened?
So it turned out that it was his brother-in-law, and so his sister was going into early labor. She was about to have a baby, like any second.
Oh my gosh.
And he'll handle the birth? What is he talking about?
I'll handle the baby.
Yeah.
Well, the brother-in-law was freaking out because he hadn't painted the baby's room yet.
Oh, that's so cute. So what did he do? Like, he meant that he's going to go paint the baby's room?
So I thought he was just going to leave, but he actually said to me, "Hey, do you want to come paint the baby's room with me?" And I'm like, "Right now?" Like,
Oh.
It's super cute.
it was cute.
I hope they let it air out.
Really?
That baby's gonna get high.
Oh, my God.
You would be, if a guy asked you to go paint a room for your date,
Okay,
you'd
well,
be up for
I
it?
wouldn't paint, but I'd like sit in the room while he did.
Oh, my God. I like this.
That's hard labor.
All
I'm
right.
thinking babies.
Moving a brush up and down. Yeah, I would totally do it. I think it's darling.
So, Taylor, is that what you did? Did you actually do that?
I actually did it, and we ended up having some drinks, and like we got some pizza while we were doing it, and we were having like so much fun.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
You painted his sister's baby room for free, and this guy is not calling you back?
Hey, he's paid her in pizza.
Yeah.
That's kind of messed up.
It kind of is, but it turned out to be so much fun. Like I was over there for 3 hours with him, just hanging out. Like
Okay,
it was so much
3 hours
fun.
is a
Like,
long time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything in that span that maybe didn't go so well?
You know, I have been going over and over it in my mind, and I can't think of anything I did or said wrong, or I didn't have spinach in my teeth. Like,
Instead of doing your paint strokes up and down, did you do them side to side like a noob?
Ooh, not getting a call back now.
Oh, man. You need to do the all over, the chaos method.
Oh,
Looks best.
you were thinking with the roller.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't even know if she had one of those.
No, but like maybe you were just like friend zone. Did it feel too like hang out and less date?
no, because at the end we did kiss.
Oh.
Oh,
Maybe he really likes his friends.
as long as you didn't make baby jokes, you're probably good.
Yeah.
What kind of baby jokes did
I
you
don't know.
make?
Did you? I don't know. I just wouldn't want someone to talk about babies to me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
All right.
All right.
Well, we definitely have a mystery on our hands right now, Taylor. We're going to play a song. We're going to come back.
Unsolved mystery.
An unsolved mystery for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
When we come back after the break, we're going to find out, was it the paint? What happened with the mysterious baby that never materialized after the date? That sounds really bad, doesn't
It does. It does. It sounds like we should call a homicide team or something.
I got to write these out more before I
Yeah.
say stuff. Hold on, Taylor. We'll be right. A moonlit walk on a secluded beach.
Okay.
Picking strawberries together at sunset. Putting a second coat of polyurethane paint sealer on a nursery room wall. Yeah, it's not your stereotypical romantic first date.
Oh my God, polyurethane. That's pretty intense.
It's powerful.
Bro, I don't even know what that means.
It'll give you some feelings, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
it will.
One of our listeners, Taylor, said she felt sparks after her date Murphy got an emergency call mid-coffee date, letting him know that his sister had gone into early labor and that he needed to go and paint their baby's room immediately before they got back from the hospital, and Taylor was invited to go along for the ride.
Yeah.
And she did.
I know, and it's so cute, Taylor, because it really shows what a good brother he is.
Yeah, I mean, like it was adorable. I actually had so much fun with him.
I forgot to ask, what color did you guys do?
We did like light blues and like grays and light greens.
Classic.
Okay,
Neutral.
very classy.
Nice. I like
Yes.
that.
So how long has it been since your date? Because we never asked you that in the first part.
It's been like 2 weeks.
2
Okay.
Oh,
weeks?
wow.
At least it hasn't been 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just a toddler now.
I totally get though that like maybe there's a new baby and he's busy with his family and stuff, but like I mean that would take like a week, not like 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she's still in labor and the baby hasn't come yet.
Oh my God, that poor woman. Oh my God.
But I don't know.
I mean, that's sweet, but I don't think an uncle has a lot to do in the first 2 weeks of a baby being born. They don't do a whole lot.
Hey, we got to write a lot of jokes to get ready for that baby.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, let's find out. out. We're going to call Murphy for you, and we're going to try and get you your second date update. You ready, Taylor?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay. Take a deep breath. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Murphy, please?
This is he.
Hi, Murphy. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a second to talk with us?
No. No.
Well, hold on.
Is it free stuff?
Yeah,
It could be. It could be.
maybe, yeah. This call is not collect either. That's totally free. The reason why we're ringing you is because we're doing a segment called a second date update. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So then you know how that works.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which end of this I'm on. Do I get to follow up or still be checking in on me?
Oh, did you send us an email?
Yeah.
This is confusing.
I don't think you remember how this works at all,
Yeah.
actually, after you just said that.
Maybe it's better if we explain. You recently went on a date with somebody, and afterwards, you're not calling them back, and they're curious why.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Remembering.
All right, Murphy.
And the girl that reached out to us about you, her name is Taylor.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I guess. How?
You okay, man? You sound really nervous.
I get it, though. I mean, it'd be really weird to get randomly called by a radio station and asked about, it's a pretty personal thing. You went on a long date with Taylor.
Yeah.
If I can ask, what was it that Taylor shared?
Well, I mean, she pretty much told us the entire thing, that you were supposed to go out and walk through the park, and you ended up getting a phone call from your brother-in-law who said your sister went into early labor, and that led to you and Taylor going back to your sister's house and painting her baby's room for her.
Yep. We did do that. Is that all she said that we did?
I mean, she said you ate pizza, drank a little bit, and kissed. You had a nice kiss.
I mean, she described it as a really nice time with you.
Yeah.
It was really fun. But there might be a little bit more. I'm not really sure it's my place to say this year.
Wait, there's more to the date, you're saying?
Yeah, no, it was super fun, and then it got awkward, you know?
No?
We don't know
What
at
do you mean
all.
awkward?
I just felt like it was pretty awkward for how fast things went.
Wait, you're the one that invited her back to your sister's house to paint the baby room. That's on you.
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean move fast?
Like, okay, first of all, that was amazing. I thought that was cool. I had to do that for my family.
Right.
But I'm not sure what I can say on your show regarding this, but we did it.
You
did what?
Nice.
Jose, I think that that's a natural thing to happen between two consenting adults.
Well, what'd you do?
We did it, man. I don't know. I'm trying to be cool here.
Okay, why are you acting so weird about it? Then if you hooked up, then that should be okay.
It's fine.
He was in the baby's room.
That's on you.
Yeah. It's not fair that you've left Taylor hanging this whole time based on something that's going on inside your head.
I mean, it's just, like, I told my brother-in-law. I got pissed.
Why would you tell your brother-in-law?
Yeah,
What are you doing? You just keep that to yourself.
You know,
Tuck it away.
You know who you need to be talking
Oh
to
my
about this is
God.
Taylor. And thank God you've already kind of told her, because I need to let you know that she's been on the other line listening and she wants to talk to you, dude.
Shut up. She's not on the phone.
Yes, she is. Taylor, you there?
Yeah. I can't believe that you told people that on the air.
Oh, it's no big deal.
It's fine.
It's not like the baby was present in the room when you guys did it. The room was empty.
Yeah, but they like christened a room that child will live in forever.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
walls,
They painted
the
it.
walls
They deserve
know.
it.
I'm gonna tell you,
Oh
as
my
a
God.
parent, there's much worse things that'll probably happen
God.
in the kids. I don't know.
You've
I'm
done
just
in your
saying.
kids'
I'm just
room.
saying.
So
Like,
Oh my
it's
God.
not that big of a deal.
Taylor, how are you feeling right now hearing all of this?
I mean, I get that you feel guilty, but I thought we had a really good connection, and it was like up to you too to do it in that room.
That was really fun. It was a good connection. But I didn't know it was going to be as awkward as it was after.
But I feel like it was just so awkward, like because it was in the baby's room.
It's like
Yeah.
being in your grandma's
Right.
room.
And it
It's
sounds like you made it awkward. Like, why would you tell your brother-in-law?
I felt guilty about doing it in his room. It's not my house. It's not my place.
like, so you clean condoms?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's a good sign, Taylor, that he's very honest.
too honest,
Well-
honestly.
But like, if
But-
he ever met me, like, would he know that that was me?
Oh, would the brother-in-law know? Is that
you
what you
didn't
mean?
say it was her, right?
Well, maybe the paint marks on your clothes might be a hint. But it sounds like there's still a connection between you guys. It's just,
And she's
Murphy, you have to
right.
get over it.
If the brother doesn't know, then it's not like it's going to be awkward if they ever meet.
Well, I don't want to lie to him that it's like not eventually her. What do you guys think?
I don't think you have to lie to him, Murphy. I just think you just leave it out of conversation. I highly doubt.
Do you have to tell everybody every place that you do it every time?
Hey, name's Murphy. I
Okay.
slept with someone in the car. Nice to meet you.
I don't want to sound pathetic, but like, what if it's like the birth of a new baby and then like also the birth of a new connection with someone, you know?
Oh, I like that. You're making it deeper.
Are you saying, Taylor, that you got pregnant in there and there's an
Oh
opportunity?
my God, stop it.
I don't. What are you saying?
I'm just
what are you
like,
saying?
Like maybe.
He really wants you to answer that.
Murph just got nervous.
Well, I don't know. It's only been 2 weeks, so I don't know.
Oh, Murphy, you may have to see her again.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just to be a good guy, Murphy, I need to ask you, would you like to go out with Taylor one more time? We're going to pay for it.
It'll be a funny story someday.
I guess I'll go out with her again. Maybe we can do it at my place.
Okay.
You don't need to plan
Yeah.
it.
That's
You really don't.
really romantic.
Send out a memo to let everybody know.
Excuse me, do I get to stay in this? I mean, I'd like to stay where we get to do it.
That's fair.
Brooke and Jeffrey.
You know you must have really screwed up on a date if you actually save somebody's life and you still don't get a call back.
What? Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I don't know what you could have done, Patrick, but that's what happened on Patrick's date. He said he actually helped save somebody's life, but he's still not getting a call back.
Oh, my God.
What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Dude, this
Pretty
sounds
good.
like an insane date.
You know what? It was honestly one of the craziest experiences I've ever had.
Oh,
Whoa.
I bet.
You said you saved somebody's life. Unless that happens to you all the time, I would have to think it's a
This is like a
crazy experience.
No, I don't do that all the time. Actually,
Yeah, I know. I figured that you didn't.
He's
but thank
actually-
you for clarifying. Before we talk about what happened, let's talk about the girl you went out with a little bit. What's her name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. All right. And where did you meet Jennifer?
We met on an app, actually.
Okay,
Okay.
that's pretty common. Was there anything that stood out to you about her?
I mean, she'd actually done a couple of triathlons,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to do some, and we just kind of got going back and forth about our training routine, and we just kind of hit it off, and we had some common ground.
Okay.
That's always nice. It gives you something to talk about, at least to get things rolling.
Yeah. I mean, she's actually really accomplished, so I just, I kind of wanted to impress her, but wanted to not act like I was impressing her kind of thing,
Okay. So I want to get to the part where you saved somebody's life because I'm curious about that. But did you have a good time with her? What'd you guys do?
Well, she was awesome. I made restaurant reservations
Oh, nice.
at this super fancy place.
Oh, so you wanted to impress her if you're making reservations at places like that.
I did, and I had just gotten a promotion at work, so I was actually kind of spoiling myself.
Nice.
I just had a good feeling about this girl, so yeah, I plopped down for this,
Okay.
and it was going really well. I had actually done some training beforehand that day, so I had forgotten to eat in
Okay.
between my last training and meeting with her because I was kind of running over there.
Oh.
And yeah, so by the time we got to the restaurant, I was super hungry.
Yeah. Your stomach's like eating itself.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was doing a lot of the talking for me, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh,
were you
okay.
hangry? Were you like hangry and upset with her the whole time until you ate?
You know what? I get a little more zened out, like before the hangry happens. I was
Okay.
getting to the hangry,
Okay.
but when I get food in front of me, sometimes that need just kind of takes over.
Oh my
What'd you
God.
do to your food?
Yeah.
Well, I have a very personal relationship with it, we'll say.
What does
All
that
right, maybe
mean?
that's the
I
reason you're
don't
not getting a
get
call
it.
back. I mean, if you're doing what I think, what it sounds to me like you did with your meal, I wouldn't call you back.
It sounds like you shouldn't be doing that in public
Yeah.
spaces, whatever it is.
You need to only eat in private.
I just need to chew my food a certain amount of times before I swallow it. I was taught at a very young age that you have to chew your food or you won't be savoring it.
You count while you're chewing.
It's sort of a rhythmic thing.
Interesting.
So it's more of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Wait,
right.
are you able to multitask and, I don't know, have conversation while your rhythm chewing is going on?
Absolutely. I've actually we talked about the triathlons. I've done it on the bike a few times.
Oh, chewing while you're.
I still don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, neither do I.
Those little gummies that they give you for energy as you're going down the final stretch.
Uh-huh.
You run out of energy and you have to eat these chewy gummy things, and it's actually the perfect way to rhythmically pump with the bike as you're chewing your food. So
Okay. Well, rhythmic pumping was not where I thought this conversation would go.
Or what it usually means on a date.
Yeah. What about the part where you saved somebody's life? How did that happen?
Right. So we pay the check, we leave the restaurant, and we see this commotion gathering about a half a block away from the restaurant on the sidewalk. And we just kind of didn't think of anything of it at first, but this commotion started growing. Somebody was yelling, "Help."
Oh, no.
So we walked over to see what was going on. And there was a man on the ground that had collapsed.
Oh, no.
And was not breathing. Coincidentally, at my work, I just got a promotion, so I had new responsibilities, and they trained me in CPR. So
that's
crazy.
awesome.
I told you this was one of the most insane experiences I've ever had.
And so did you actually do CPR or did you screech and run away? And forget everything you learned?
I did everything that I learned the previous day.
That's great.
And it took a couple of times. I had to go through it. I hate to say it, but I had to give this guy mouth to mouth one time.
It's saving a life. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's all right if you're saving somebody.
I hope so. I mean, if you can't kiss a dude when you're saving his life, when can you?
I know.
I don't think
On
it's
a date,
kissing.
when you're on a date.
Oh my God, are you guys that scared of male-on-male touch that
So-
you consider it kissing?
Did it work?
I was able to revive him, and when he opened his eyes, I can't remember a more important thing that I have done in my life.
That is really beautiful. That really is. I mean, timing, right?
I mean, it's just one of those once-in-a-lifetime things that I don't know will ever repeat itself. So
Okay, and what'd your date think?
we had a really great conversation and a really great time, but this was a moment where we really saw each other.
That's deep.
That's really intense.
Yeah. Sounds like it was more of your moment than hers, though, because she's not calling you back.
Either that or it was her moment and she freaked her out.
I wish I knew.
We'll play a song, come back, and get your second date, and see if we can figure out why she isn't calling you back, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, hang on. Right in the middle of a second date, and if you're just joining us, Patrick is on the phone, and he wants to call Jennifer. They went out for dinner, but he ended up saving somebody's life after the date. When they were leaving, apparently a man had passed out outside the restaurant, and Patrick performed CPR on the dude and then revived him.
Yeah.
And Patrick, I was thinking about it, and if we find out that, you set this whole thing up
What?
to look like a hero on
That
your
didn't
first
even
date,
cross my mind.
I got to tell you, I'm going to be so proud of you. So proud. I don't know about everybody else, but I will be so proud of you if you set that up.
Yeah, I don't think I can give myself that much credit.
Yeah,
all right.
really. Well, I mean, have you talked to her at all since your date?
No, I've tried to reach out to her several times, and not too many,
Right.
I mean, it is pretty crazy that she hasn't called you back, even if she didn't like you that much. I mean, you guys, that's a pretty intense thing to share.
I thought it was a pretty special moment myself.
Okay.
Okay, that's probably not the right way to describe a man almost dying, but whatever.
Yeah.
After, when he came back.
Okay.
That was the special moment. Okay, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, is this Jennifer?
this is.
Jennifer, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, have a good day.
No, don't hang up.
I'm just confused. Sorry.
What are you confused about?
Why are you guys calling?
Oh, okay. I can help you with that
Okay,
if you want.
please.
I'm calling you today because one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
About me?
Mm-hmm.
It got even more confusing just now, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Well, we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and end up not calling them after, they can email us and we'll get you on the phone and try to find out what happened. So Patrick emailed us and asked us to call you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he told us about your date, even the part where he said he saved a dude's life. Yeah. And he also told us that he's tried to reach out to you a few times, but he's heard nothing.
Yeah. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah.
Your date sounded crazy.
It was crazy, to say the least. Yeah. The CPR part was insane.
Okay. I guess the question we all had is, how do you go out on a date with somebody and they actually end up saving someone's life and then you don't call them back? Was he that bad?
Yeah. Wow, it makes it sound terrible. I don't know. I guess, like, I think Patrick's, nice, and obviously, like, him saving that life was, like, really, I don't know what to say, like, heroic and great. But, like, I just didn't feel like he was a match. I don't know.
Just no chemistry or what?
I mean, there was chemistry, but, like, honestly, okay, I don't know. I'm just going to be honest, I guess, since we're doing this. Like, I was just driving home, like, he got me an Uber, and, like, at first I thought it was, like, really great that he gave CPR to the homeless person, and, like, I mean, he saved a life, so that's amazing, but I just, like, realized that he, like, gave CPR to a homeless person, and
you think that they should all die?
What?
Yeah, wait, hold
No.
up. Whatever you like, the way you just said that made you sound totally and completely evil, heartless. I'm not sure which.
Yeah. Oh my God, Bill, that's not what I meant.
He revived a homeless person, and they're a scourge on our city, and I don't know why he would do that.
No, okay. What I meant was that, like, I just feel like a lot of homeless people probably have, like, some diseases. And
what?
Yeah, and I just kind of felt like if he, basically kissed a homeless person like that, like, he probably got something. And I just, like, I've had friends, I don't know.
Are you freaking kidding me?
So you feel like he's dirty now?
What is your problem?
I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm just being honest. I just feel like he probably has something, and I don't want to get it.
Okay.
Hold up. You sound like, one, the least medical person ever. Okay. And two, those are so many, like, maybes, what ifs.
I know, but it's enough, I guess, for me. I don't know.
What do you think he has?
I have no idea.
I would start with TB.
What? Oh my God,
and then I would work back from there.
Probably one of the hepatitis.
Yeah, at least a hepatitis,
right
like A, B, or C. I don't know. They might even have a new one. Who knows?
No. So wait, hold up. If he hadn't been there and you walked out and you saw a man unresponsive on the street and you judged him as homeless, even though you'd actually probably don't even know that he's technically homeless or not, you wouldn't save them for fear of getting a disease?
I in that situation, I don't think that I would, like, be able to just jump right in and, like, save a life. Like, so I just think in general, like, I would be too. I wouldn't know how to do that, and, like, so I just think that it's a moot point.
Okay. Oh man. But bottom line is, the reason that you didn't call him back is you think he might have contracted something from a homeless man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've heard that after a date. That's been a lot of reasons that I haven't gotten a call back.
Yeah, you're contracting things is for different reasons.
Jennifer, I do need to let you know that Patrick is on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you, though.
Okay.
Patrick?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
I don't think I know what to say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just, you know what? I mean, I gotta just say, I'm in shock. I can't believe that you would think that.
Are you, like, in nice shock? Because I'm in, like, furious shock over here.
I don't know. I mean, I'm actually just kind of confused because from your profile and from the conversations we had before and during our date, I mean, you seem like a really educated young lady, and I'm just confused. I'm just confused that you would think that I could contract a disease from a brief encounter with a man's mouth.
I mean, yeah, you explain it like that. Who knows, right?
I had to give him mouth to mouth. He was not responding to the initial CPR that I was giving him, so I had to do what I did.
I mean, I totally get it, and I think that, again, it was, like, very heroic and amazing. You should have done it. I just think that I'm allowed to have my own feelings about it afterwards. That guy looked like he had a disease. Like,
You can't. No. What made him look like he had a disease? Give us some details.
I'm just like, his hair was just like so like tangled.
Oh, and tangled hair disease.
So no.
I mean, he pretty much just looked like a hipster to me, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
Very thin
though,
line between homeless and hipster.
like you're kissing dudes that you meet on apps. You think that they don't have disease? Like they have just as much chance for disease as a homeless guy on the street.
I mean, now I don't know. I just like I don't want to debate about this for forever. Like this is how I feel, and I just don't really want to deal with that. Like I'm super focused right now, and I'm like healthy, training, so I just don't want to deal with like any of that stuff.
I am still so blown away by your reaction to this, but if it makes you feel better, I can't believe I'm saying this. I will go and I will get tested. If it means
For what? Everything?
Yeah, what are you going to have them test you for?
How do you even want to go out with her again, Patrick?
I just want to prove it to her. I just want to prove it to her that me saving this man's life in no way put me in harm's way or possibly gave me a disease. I just want to disprove that theory.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I don't know. I think it's just still too soon, and like something can still come up, and so you can get.
Yeah, some of that stuff can take months, you know, Jennifer, before it actually pops up on a test.
Because the problem is it's her feeling. It's not actual science or actual facts. Now that's just an opinion. I don't get that, Jennifer. You think every ER doctor and ER nurse in this country has a disease because of people that they've helped?
No, I just think that maybe Patrick does.
All right, well, Jennifer, would you like to go out on a second date with Patrick? We'll pay for it. We'll even pay for his health screening.
I honestly, I'm sorry. Like, I know, Patrick, you seem super nice, and like, I like can tell you're making a lot of effort, even just like with the phone call. But like, I just don't think I can.
Oh, this is so dumb.
I guess I can't really argue with that. You know, rejection is God's protection. So.
Okay.
Really? I thought it was Trojan.
I'm with Jubal.
Well, I guess I should have used protection when I was saving this man's life.
Yes.
Oh my God,
From,
that
from
is
now
not
on,
what we learned here, you guys.
before you perform CPR, always make sure you have some protection on you, okay?
Mouth guard.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
It's time for your second date update. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And today's second date update could possibly be one of the most embarrassing ones we've ever heard.
Whoa, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Shockingly, though, the guy who got humiliated is the one that's calling to share it. Normally, if this happened to you or me or anybody, probably would never want to speak of it again, ever. But for some reason, this dude wants to do it in a second date update.
Okay, he likes punishment.
Yep, I guess he just wants another shot at redemption. And you'll find out what happened right now in your second date update.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I feel really bad for the guy who's on the phone to do a second date update today. Really? Not only bad, but I'm also impressed by his bravery. I read his email about what happened on his date, and I'm frankly surprised that he would be willing to tell this story to anybody, let alone do it on a radio show.
Yes.
Matt, how you doing?
Man, I got a weird mix of emotions because I feel like I'm throwing a Hail Mary here, and I know it's a long shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The description of what happened on your date is amazing to me. And like I said, I commend your bravery for being willing to talk about this.
I mean, this is like I've lived a life where I've done embarrassing things. This has got to be the most embarrassing
That bad?
that I can think of.
Why don't you tell your story there, Matt?
All right. So, I meet this really, really nice girl online.
Uh-huh.
name's Amanda, and we agreed to go to this restaurant. And the whole deal was there's a seasonal festival going on I really wanted to go to. I was like, this would be so much fun. So I just kind of picked a restaurant near the festival because I wasn't sure if we were going to get to eat. I'm like, I didn't want to be hungry at this festival. I just wanted to be in a good mood. So we go, and it's great. You know, it's my kind of place, laid back. It's got good food and big portions. I like big portions. So
I love how men pick restaurants. You don't have to dress up, and I can eat a lot.
Well, you know, I wanted to see because she kept saying, like, all that profile and stuff like that. She's laid back and just like to have fun. And, like, I was hoping that translated to just like to eat. And we ordered cheesy fries. They were massive. She dug in with me, you know, like, it was, oh, good, cool. It's going to be fun. We can, like, eat together.
I want to get to what happened and the reason why you think she's not calling you back.
Yeah, but hold on. I didn't even tell you about the steak. The steak was incredible. Like, I really thought this was going to be like an average steak. You don't understand. I went back and shook hands with the chef. That's how good the steak was. Wow. This was incredible. Whoa. I have not had a steak at a restaurant this good for the price.
Were you excited about your date?
Is this a second date or a commercial for this restaurant?
I'm just telling you, this was the one good part. And sometimes I'll go on dates and I'll love the food and I'll feel ashamed by my date. But she didn't do that. She was just like, yeah, cool. I like a guy who can eat.
Why are you eating so much food?
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, because I hadn't eaten all day. And it's a festival. We're going to walk around a long time. I didn't want to just be hungry, you know, while we're at the festival. Because I can get kind of grumpy. So I wanted to be on my A game and fill my belly.
Oh, my God. Chili cheese fries and steak is already enough.
Hey, I didn't even tell you about the dessert.
My God.
So we get one of those giant, like, ice cream brownie sundae things.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
all I'm going to say, I know you don't want me to, like, go on and on and on, but, oh, my gosh, that whipped cream, it was like... I don't know. It was like there was a group of people in the back that were making it by hand, and that was their only job, was just to make this whipped cream. I mean,
after reading your email, how in the world can you still be talking about the food with the situation that happened after you ate?
I want to know what happened.
You do want to know what
I
happened.
need to understand, like, I was so happy. This is the happiest I've been on a date at this point.
All right.
And so, like, that's why. So, like, we ate. This is great. Let's go. So it's like we're walking. I start burbling. You know, my stomach starts burbling. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. I should have gone. There's like we're kind of far from the restaurant now. Like, just like want to keep moving, and I didn't really want to say anything. You know what I mean? I just didn't feel comfortable yet saying, oh, I just gotta drop a giant deuce. You know? So, like,
Yeah, it's usually bad first date etiquette to bring that up.
Yes.
I didn't want to do that. So like we walked by this department store, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta buy a gift for one of my coworkers. I'll just go in here real quick because it's tomorrow. It's like an only chance if I don't buy it now. So I knew I'll just be in and out real quick. And so I go in, and the bathroom is on like the 5th floor. It's like escalators. So I'm like running up the escalators, like carefully, because now I'm at the point where it's very sensitive and I can just lose it all.
Oh my God.
Any second I can feel it. And so I'm just
So much
so
graphic
careful.
detail.
You know, like that run you do when you're trying to be careful not to spill it.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
I get up. I get up there. I get to the 5th floor. I'm so excited. And there's a guy with a mop, and he's cleaning. And he's like, "You're not coming in here."
Oh no.
And then like, there's the women's bathroom. I can go in the women's bathroom, but like a woman goes in, and I'm not going to go in while there's a woman in there. That's just so.
You don't need like assault charges or indecency charges on your first date.
So I'm like, okay, I can hold it a little bit longer. So I run and clinch down. I'm running and clinching. I'm going down the escalators. I run out the front. She's like, "What are you doing? Are you done?" I was like, "I gotta go. I'll be right back." And I'm like running back to the restaurant. It's like, you know what? I paid there. I can go. I can use the bathroom. And by the time I get to the restaurant, I got a pretty good sprint coming on. And everything I have to hold this in. I burst the door open. It knocks over this old man. The old man falls to the floor. I don't stop. Someone says, he knocked over an old man. I don't have time to apologize or stop. I go to the bathroom, and I just go in. And I'm like a sweating, heaving mess of shame. And I sit there on the pot, and I just like, I destroyed that bathroom.
Oh my God.
I was disgusted by myself on so many levels. And I'm just sitting there, and it's like taking so long. I just wanted to go fast. It's like 15 minutes, which is such a long time.
Especially after you've run up to the top of a department store and then sprinted back down, sprinted by your date, and she's like, "Where are you going?"
So yeah, she's texting me. She's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" It's like, "It's fine. It's fine. I'll be right back. I'll be right back." And I was like, I'm good. I'm like done. And I stand up and I look at my pants, and I had splattered my pants. in the process.
What?
And I was like, this is not going to work.
Did you just say
Disgusting.
I don't get it. You didn't realize that you pooped your pants before you went into the bathroom?
I was in a dark place. I don't know how to explain. This was not like a normal situation. I mean, I'm in there freaking out about knocking over this man. I was like, I gotta go home. I gotta go home and get a change of pants.
Do you live close to this place?
No, I live like 10 minutes away if there's no light.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So I went out the back door of this restaurant because I don't want to run into this old man or his family or anyone. So I go out the back door and I drive home. I barely, I get home. I change my pants. She texts me, "Screw you! I can't believe you ditched me." And I was like, "Oh no."
Is that the last thing you heard from her?
Yeah, because I knew there's no coming back from that. I didn't know what to do. I just,
Did you try to apologize and explain what happened?
I mean, I said I'm sorry, but I knew that if I did a lot, I felt like it would make it worse. So I just said I was sorry.
Oh my God, my brain is still spitting from your really detailed story about pooping yourself. Why would you ever think it's okay to leave a woman on the street for how long?
In the end, it was 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah, no wonder she's not calling you back. I mean, you know what happened, obviously.
Yeah, I know. That's why that's why I said Hail Mary at the beginning of this conversation. But I had such a good time. You have to understand, she really is cool.
Okay.
I met this really cool girl who's fun and has a good sense of humor. And for some reason, I just freaked out.
Well, you're going to have to see how cool she is when we get her on the phone and you tell her the actual story of what happened.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to tell her all the details. We can just tell her generally what happened, and then see if she'll go out with me again. We don't have to give every example.
I'm just going to take this first part where we're talking right now. We recorded your story and play that back for her. Have her listen to that.
No. Please don't do that.
All right. We'll play a song. Come back.
I
Call
love
her.
you guys. I'm a big fan of you. Please.
All right. Hey, you're going to have to tell her a little bit, but we'll do it after this song. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Matt is on the phone. And yes, if you missed Matt explaining what happened on his first date, it was rather embarrassing. Long story short, he had to go to the bathroom really bad after they had dinner. Tried to find a restroom, didn't tell her what he was doing because he was embarrassed. Ran to the top of a department store. Bathroom was closed there. Sprinted down the stairs and past her. She didn't know where he was going. Into a restaurant. Knocked over an old dude on the way. And people yelled hey, that guy has knocked over this old guy. But he was in a very bad place. So he had to go straight to the bathroom. He ended up going. Took him about 15 minutes. And then he realized that he accidentally had an accident on his pants. So he tried to go home to change his pants, and at that point, she texted him and was like, "It's obvious that you ditched me," and she hasn't talked to him since. We're about to get her on the phone and see if Matt can somehow salvage what happened and get a second date. Matt, are you ready to go?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Matt, you do realize the last image she has of you is you sprinting away from her on the street. It's not even that you just ditched her, you ran from her.
Ran away from
her.
No, it's not good. It's the worst. It's the worst it could be. It really is. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Good luck to you, man. I don't know how you're going to get a second date out of this one.
Especially when he's like, no, you don't get it. I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Now
It's not as bad. It wasn't you. It's just that I have no control over my bowels. Would you like to go out again and try this over? All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Get her on the phone, okay?
If you guys don't mind vouching for me that I'm a good guy, that would be great.
Sure. I'll tell her we're longtime personal friends and that you're a great dude.
You're such a liar.
That would be amazing.
Okay. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Amanda, please?
This is.
Hello, Amanda. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show? We host a morning radio show, and one of our listeners actually emailed us about you to see if we could get you on the phone.
About me?
Mm-hmm. It's called the second date update. Basically, if you go out on a date with somebody and don't call them back after the date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. I think we kind of know what went wrong on your date. But I could be wrong. The guy that emailed us, his name is Matt.
He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did.
I can't even imagine why.
Yeah, he said that he really enjoyed your date.
Well, that's pretty interesting because he's the one that ditched me, so I'm not really sure.
Amanda, what if I told you that he had a really good reason for having to leave your date?
I don't think there is a good reason. There's pretty much nothing that could make me say, "Oh, that makes sense."
Really? I think if you heard his story, you might actually be happy that he didn't come back to you.
I can't even imagine that there is some excuse good enough for him ditching me, leaving me standing there by myself to find my own ride home.
Well, why don't I let him tell you? Because he's actually on the other line listening and then wants to talk to you because he feels really bad about what happened on your date.
Right now?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Matt?
Hi, Amanda.
What do you want?
I just want to apologize and explain what happened because I know that it seems like I ditched you and I didn't ditch you.
Matt, you did ditch me. I was standing there for a very long time by myself, and that means that you ditched me.
No, I know. Like, I've been ditched lots of times before, and I understand what it feels like. It's terrible and feel that way. I had an emergency, and I didn't know how to explain it at the time. There wasn't a way that would have been
Okay,
bad.
it was weird
So
enough
stop.
that you left me standing there to go buy a present or whatever, and then you came back and ran right past me. What's your emergency? I can't even understand why this... What's your emergency?
Okay, so remember when we were at the restaurant, how much food I ate?
Yes, I do.
I ate a lot of food.
Lot of food.
Okay. Yeah. So I hadn't eaten all day, and so I had to go, like, worse than I ever have in my life. Completely unprecedented. Did not know how to
Like
deal
to
with
the
it.
bathroom?
To the bathroom. I'm trying to be polite. To the bathroom. Number 2, I had to go, like, emergency, like, code red.
Okay,
pain.
so as
Like,
adults,
yeah.
you couldn't say, like, when we're in the restaurant, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
But, see, I didn't have to go at that point. I only had to go when we were walking. So I was like, I got to go now. And it's,
We passed a coffee shop. You could have said, let's grab a coffee and gone to the bathroom there.
I know.
We're not in second grade. I don't understand why you couldn't have just handled it.
I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Is turn to you and be like, hey, I'm about to crap my pants. I'm on a first date with you. You know, I didn't want to, like, I didn't know. Maybe I think that was...
I definitely
look a nice
appreciate that you
person.
didn't say that, but you could have said something. You could have done anything. Hey, let's go in here together and run away to the bathroom.
What do you, I wouldn't ask you to come into the bathroom while I have to do that. That's like...
Okay, Matt,
That's
okay.
not-
I'm not trying to be so literal here. I'm just saying we could have gone into the building structure at the same time so I wasn't standing outside on the street wondering where you were.
That would have made sense. That would have made much more
It was
sense.
really
than what happened.
upsetting. I was having a good time, and I was so frustrated. Then I was cold. Then I got embarrassed because I was completely ditched. I went through so many emotions in that half an hour that should never happen on a first date.
I know. I went through a lot of emotions too, and I feel terrible.
So you're the victim of this whole thing? I'm the one that was standing there.
No, you're the victim. You're the victim. I'm sorry. No, you're the victim. My emotions don't matter. That's not the point.
You're the one that had the issues. I was ditched. I'm the one that went home and told my friends I will never do internet dating again because look what this guy did to me. I'm the one.
You know what?
not
I figured that. I figured you were probably telling your friends, and that's fine. You should tell everyone. I understand that. I want to go on another date with you, and I don't care if that's the story that
kidding me?
always gets told.
If the bathroom was what you were trying to do and you had to go do it, why wouldn't you come back? We were going to go to the fair. I don't get that. I don't understand.
In all honesty, the reason I didn't come back is that I my pants.
Oh, my God.
And I had to go home.
Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm talking to a child right now.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, well,
I'm a truth teller.
sometimes, and I've never said this out loud, but sometimes it's better to lie than give that many details.
So, Amanda, you'd prefer...
I mean, I don't know that about you, so, this is how I figured that out. I don't know. I know that.
I would rather anything but knowing that you... I can't even say it. Like, come on.
Amanda, that's what happened. Hey, at least he's honest. You know that. He told us about your date, said that he loved going out with you. He really enjoyed it and thought you were awesome, but he had an unfortunate situation where his body was not working with him, and he kind of ruined his pants, and he tried to go home and do this all in a timely manner,
gosh.
but at that point you were done.
I don't even tell you, I knocked down an old man, too, when I opened the door. And everyone hated me. Everyone hated me.
Crapped your pants.
I'll tell you everything.
You crapped your pants. You knocked an old man down. You ditched a girl you claimed to be having a good time with. And you never communicated any of this with anybody. I'm going to say you have some issues, and I'm not ready to go out again. It's not going to happen.
Amanda, are you sure? Because I would like to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Matt. We will pay for it.
I don't think it's going to be a good idea.
Weird. From the recap that you just said, it sounded like a fantastic time. I'm surprised that you're saying no.
Look, that's all that's true. All that's true. And good news is, you know that the worst it could go with me is that. That's the bottom. And that's
Wait a minute.
not a normal bottom.
I'm sorry, I can't let you finish. If that's the first date, how is this the worst that it's going to be? It's supposed to be the very best ever.
But it's all uphill from here,
How are you
Amanda.
guys siding with him? I don't understand this.
Stuff happens, bro.
Whatever. If a girl crapped her pants on a date, none of you would ever talk to her again.
Yeah, that's very true.
I would. I absolutely would. I'd feel so much more comfortable if a girl crapped her pants or burped or did anything gross. I'd be like, that's
Well,
awesome.
you would. You would, because that's your thing.
It was just one time.
All right, well, so Amanda, no, you don't want to go out with him again.
It's not going to happen. I will use it as an example of what not to do for the rest of my life.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, I don't get why she wasn't understanding at all. And you know what? I agree. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Matt wanted to call Amanda. They went to dinner together, and afterwards, while they were walking around, Matt just sprinted away from her. She thought that he had just ditched her, but it turns out that he ate a lot of food on the date, and he panicked because he couldn't find a bathroom. And he actually shared that he did have an accident in his pants, so he had to go home and clean himself up.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. It's a horrible situation. I get it. It's just like, if someone poops himself on the date, it's hard to then
come back
want to
from that.
make out with them,
Yep.
you know, because that's the vision you have.
So we got Amanda on the phone, and she wasn't very understanding about it at all, not even happy about it. When Matt told her, she thought he could have been more considerate and told her what happened, but I don't know. I don't even know if I could have that conversation.
That's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. Totally
I mean, you got poop in your pants, and you don't want to talk about it.
Yep. In the end, they decided to not go out again because she just thought he was rude. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
The only people that I've ever met on Xbox Live are 13-year-olds who talk to me after they completely own me at whatever game I'm playing. Get off Xbox, old man. You suck.
That's why I don't even talk.
That hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
The guy on the phone today for a second date, his name is Oscar. He actually met the girl that he wants to call playing Xbox Live.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, what's up, Oscar? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So how do you meet somebody on Xbox Live that's not like just like a little punk who tells you suck at playing Call of Duty?
I was impressed. It was I was actually playing Medal of Honor, which is kind of close to Call of Duty, and you don't get a lot of ladies on there.
Yeah.
I don't even know really what you guys are talking about right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's you get to play pretty much in tandem. You get to play with other people online.
Okay.
And but you don't really get to see them much aside from the profile they create.
How did you know it was a female? Like, was it just the username popped up? You're like, ooh, that's a cute username.
I heard her voice in my headset, and she sounded really cute. And I don't know, Maya sounds like a cute girl's name.
Oh, so you can actually talk to people. I'm sorry, I'm kind of an idiot with this stuff. I'm not even kidding.
No, everyone has on headsets. You can talk to the team.
It's not just like instant messaging.
No, you can actually talk.
No. And I refer to myself as a geek, not a nerd.
Okay.
There's a big difference, apparently.
Yeah, geeks can talk to girls. We just like geeky things.
Okay.
So what kind of geeky things are you into?
Oh, I'm into all sorts of geek. I like, obviously video games. You know, I like that. And also, I like role-playing games, all sorts of stuff.
Okay, before we get any further, please tell me you guys actually went on a date and you just talking online on Xbox wasn't what you considered a date.
Oh, like I said, I got some skills. I can talk to girls.
Nice.
But yeah, we totally went on a date.
Where'd you guys go when you went out?
We went out to dinner. You know, it's not too fancy, but nice enough.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to be intimidating and break out, the giant steakhouse or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if she was vegetarian. So
What was that like meeting her in person for the first time?
it was great. I mean, she was super cute. Had kind of like a pixie-ish haircut, which I liked. Often kind of like short hair.
Okay.
Were you really nervous?
Not really nervous. I mean, I've been on dates before, but she was pretty cute. So I wouldn't say I was nervous, but I was pretty stoked and also a little. I didn't want to mess it up.
How did the date go then? Did you guys have a good time?
And yeah, it went great. Like the chemistry was there. She mentioned she plays D&D, which was an instant turn on.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
All right.
Yeah.
So she's into all the same stuff you are then.
Yeah, I mean, she mentioned that she's a 12th level elf.
What?
No way.
Oh man.
Marry that girl. Put a ring on it.
I don't know if you guys play or not, but to get to 12th level, you need to be invested in the game. You're not just a casual user, of the game.
I feel like you do, man. Every time I meet like a second level, I'm like, get out of here, chump. Waste my time with you.
Yeah, no, I freaked out when she mentioned that she was like a 12th level elf. That's like in the industry of gaming, like that's known as a unicorn, like a girl that plays.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I got a unicorn here. Like I was very impressed because I play.
So if she's a 12th level elf, what are you?
I'm a 15th level necromancer.
Well,
does that mean that you hook up with dead people?
That's what it sounded like to me too.
Not a necro.
It's kind of like a dark wizard.
Who sleeps with dead people? I got to get into this game. I haven't played it ever, but it sounds really interesting to me now.
I think you'd like it. It's fun.
Did you impress her by telling about your necrophilia?
No, there's no sleeping with zombies or anything like that.
Okay.
But I think she was impressed that I played, and again, the higher level, the more years you've got invested. So
Right.
I think I impressed her a little bit.
You guys sound like a geeky match made in heaven to me.
Cute, yeah.
It was really good. The conversation flowed pretty well, and we didn't just talk about gaming the whole time. We talked about other stuff, but yeah, I was very comfortable. The part where she said that she's a high level elf is the part where I felt like I almost blew it because I did freak out a little bit.
So how did the date end?
Well, she said she had gotten dropped off by a friend, but needed a ride home, which I thought was
Oh, that's a good sign.
yeah. And so, of course, I said yes.
Nice.
And, we got to her house and kind of sat in the parking lot for a while, talking for another 10, 15 minutes, and then walked her to the door, and I kind of got the quick hug, which was a little disappointing, a little, I don't know. Didn't want to be presumptuous, but I don't know. I was hoping for a little bit more than a hug.
Yeah, I thought she set you up for a kiss just because of the ride home and the talk in the car,
Yeah, I thought if she wasn't interested, it would have been a quick, okay, this is my stop, out you go. But, we talked there for a while, and I don't know. It just, since then, I kind of feel like I got the brush off a little bit. Like, she's not online as much. I mean, she didn't straight disappear.
Right. Do you guys talk at all then? Have you texted with her, phone calls, anything?
I've texted with her, but I also don't want to feel like a psycho stalker guy. But she's texted me back, but it's been a little cool, I don't know.
Do you think she's dating a lot? I mean, a 12th level cute elf, I would assume would have a lot of options out there.
It's possible, but I don't know. I feel like I went from having this, charm spell on her to suddenly I've got this ring of invisibility. It's just not.
Oh, man, now you're talking my language.
Have you straight
totally hear you.
Have you straight up asked her out again, or you just think she's being kind of cold and distant?
Yeah, I mean, I've asked her out again, but she always seems to be busy with something.
Okay.
And I don't know. Maybe she is. She did mention that she's fairly busy. It just feels like a brush off. I don't know.
All right, cool. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date, okay?
Awesome. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Hang on. Alas, welcome back to today's second date, where we're attempting to vanquish the troll of loneliness who has reared his head yet again. On the line, we have Oscar, who is a 15th level necromancer, which I think means he's on an FBI watch list somewhere. And he's going to attempt to contact a fair maiden named Maya, who's a 12th level elf. They met while playing Xbox Live and shared their love of Dungeons and Dragons on their first date, but now she's giving him ye old brush off. And we need to call her and find out why she's not calling him back. You about ready to go, Oscar?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thanks.
I never asked you in the first part of the second date, why do you think she's not calling you back? You think it's because you got too excited that she plays Dungeons and Dragons like you?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, I could have just come on maybe a little too strong, but again, I don't know. I felt like the chemistry was there, so I'm kind of scratching my head.
Is there something called too strong when you're talking about Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, yeah, there is.
Oh, there is. Oh, okay.
Well, Oscar, it has come time for your reckoning. We will get her on the phone and find out if the fair maiden Maya will be seeing your bow staff once and for all. If everything works out right.
You know, that's pretty inspiring music. I might actually play today. Get a game in.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and get her on the phone. Here we go.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Maya, please?
Is this?
Hey, Maya, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a morning radio program.
It's a radio show?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm good. What can I do for you, radio show?
Well, I'm calling you because a listener of ours recently emailed us about you. And he wanted us to get a hold of you because he thinks that you're brushing him off after you guys went on a date.
Oh, my God. I think I know what this is about.
Do you? Really?
I mean, I hope not, but...
Who would that be? What's his name?
Oscar.
Bingo.
Oh.
Oscar emailed us about you, and he said that he really enjoyed going on your date, and he's been trying to get you to go out with him ever since, but you're always like, I'm busy or whatever.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Do you not want to go out with him again?
Correct, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't believe he thought it would be wise to contact the radio station about this, but...
Well, he said that he just likes you a lot. It's a thing we do on our show all the time called Second Date. So let me ask you, was it weird actually meeting a guy off of Xbox Live?
I hadn't met anybody through Xbox Live before, so, I mean, like, I feel like it's just as weird as anything else, but, you know, it was a public place. You know, that wasn't that wasn't the problem.
What was the problem?
So he's dropping me off at the end of the night. We're, you know, in my parking lot of my building and, like, just chatting and, like, honestly, like, I'm feeling it and I'm kind of waiting for him to go in for a kiss.
Right.
Oh, okay. Instead of that, he goes, "Can I show you something right now?"
That's something that could go one of two ways on a first date,
Exactly.
either good or very, very bad.
Exactly.
What was it?
He starts to take off his shirt.
What?
Dang, bro.
I mean, I couldn't make it up if I tried. Like, he starts to take off his shirt, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Not that kind of girl. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, it's cool. Like, just trust, like, I'm not being creepy. Like, just trust me. And shows me on his arm this huge Iron Throne tattoo from Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Okay, so like that iconic Game of Thrones chair
like
thing.
The Iron Throne.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Like, whatever.
Why couldn't he just roll up his sleeve to show you an arm tattoo? Why did he have to get half naked?
Well, just you wait. Because that was just the tip of the iceberg. Then he shows me on his pec Gollum from Lord of the Rings face.
My precious.
Okay.
Okay, so you turned
like
off
the
by that?
ugliest character of all time.
Yeah.
Do you not think that's weird? Like a Gollum tattoo on someone's chest?
I don't know. For most people, I would think it was weird, but we talked to him, and the way he was talking about being into Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, I could see him having a tattoo like that.
Have you seen Gollum?
Yeah, I have.
One of the ugliest faces.
Okay.
You're just saying maybe you couldn't want to make, eye contact with...
Think about missionary with that.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. And then that's not even it. We're not even done there.
Oh, no.
Then he goes, Oh, but wait. You haven't even seen the, what did he say? Pièce de résistance.
Oh, what is that one?
That is his entire back, which is the entire cast of Harry Potter.
Shut up. Harry Potter back guy?
Yes, you may be familiar with the children's novel series Harry Potter.
I'm a little familiar. Yeah, I've heard a thing or two about it.
Yeah, it was all over my date's back. So yeah, I haven't called him back. I've been polite to him. I haven't completely blown him off, but like, I can't see getting frisky with Harry and the crew.
But you gotta understand, I mean, from his point of view, you're a girl who's like a 12th level elf. Like, he probably thought that you would be into all of those.
I'm also a woman with
Okay. All right, so you just couldn't get down with all of the tattoos that he had, the Harry Potter tattoo, the Game of Thrones tattoo, and the Lord of the Rings tattoo.
And busting them out on the first date in the car.
Hey, Maya, thank you for being honest. I appreciate it. Now I feel like I have to be honest with you about something.
Okay.
Oscar is actually on the line listening and wants to talk to you.
No! Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
No, I'm not.
Oh my god!
I had no idea that was going to freak you out.
Oh my! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of you on the radio.
Well, in hindsight, I could see how taking my shirt off in the car could have been weird.
In hindsight.
Well, and it's not only that. I mean, it's like all the tattoos, like Gollum on your pec. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, I mean, they're not all
on a first date.
I do have a lot of tattoos, and I felt like, I don't know, we were having such a good rapport, I thought the Game of Thrones thing might impress you a little bit. I don't know. But I don't have just nerdy ones. I've got like a Thor tattoo, too. That's pretty badass.
I like how that's a badass one.
It is.
Are you feeling insulted, Oscar? I know, like, it seemed like you were
No,
really...
I don't know. The implication that the Harry Potter thing was creepy is a little weird to me, because we discussed the books, so I thought you'd be a little more... That
I mean,
a lot of
like,
time.
reading the books and enjoying the books is different than, like, permanently putting the characters of the books on your body.
Yeah. I mean, I thought you'd think that my dedication to all the stuff that we liked would be a turn-on, you know? And it would show you that I'm not just some geeky guy, that I'm man enough to get, tattoos and not just some ogre. I mean, in hindsight, like, busting out the tattoos is probably more of a second or third date move. But...
No, I don't ever want to see those tattoos again.
Oh, Maya. But Maya, you said that you really liked him at one point. I mean, it's only the tattoos that turn you off?
It was a weird thing, you guys. You weren't there. Like, the date was cool, and I liked him, but, like, long-term down the road, there's no way I could date a guy with these kind of tattoos for the rest of my life.
Why do I get the feeling I'm going to spend my evening researching erase regrettable ruined spells? Maya, I don't really meet people like you, especially on Xbox Live, and so... I mean, if I got rid of the Gollum one, would that be,
Are you actually thinking of...
Would that make a difference to you, or
I mean, I really, like, we only went out one time, and I don't think you should change who you are for that.
Okay.
I appreciate the thought, but, like, I mean, I'm sure you're going to find the girl who loves the Gollum
man.
you.
All right, I know what that means. All right.
Are you sure, Maya? Hey, Maya, we'll pay for a second date if you go out with him again.
We won't pay for the tattoo removal, though.
I mean, I think we could probably be great friends. I mean, we really did have a great time, and, like, I'd hang out again. But...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Oscar.
Hey, Oscar, it's not a successful second date for you, man. I'm sorry.
I think I'm going to just pick up my staff and go home.
Yeah, you should.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A listener named Rick is on the phone to do a second date update today, and he already knows that the girl he wants to call is not interested in going out with him romantically ever again.
Oh, so this is going to end well?
Yep.
Yeah, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Because she texted him that and let him know that she doesn't want to go out. But he still wants to do a second date update. We'll get to what you texted in just a second. But, Rick, why not just give up the fight, man?
I don't know. I feel like there was some
I don't know, just some unfortunate things that happen on the first date that really aren't an indicator of whether or not we should be together.
Okay, listen, some people can't take a hint. That's not a hint. That is very direct.
Yeah, but I need a second chance. I want to convince this girl that she should go out with me. We had a nice time, and she was really, really hot. So I just wanted to see her again.
I love that that's always the first thing a guy says.
Well, I mean, that's, we didn't spend that much time together. I didn't get to know her that well.
All right, well, tell us a little bit about her. What's her name?
Her name's Kelly.
Kelly, and where did you meet Kelly?
We met online.
Okay.
She's really beautiful, and it seemed like from her profile, as far as I could tell, she was a really social girl, had lots of friends, and we went back and forth for about a week and a half, just texting each other, and we decided to meet up. We went out and got some drinks, and she said that it was her first time meeting up with somebody from online, which, I don't know, I kind of didn't buy.
Oh, you think she's lying about it?
Well, no, I just think that that's something that everybody says when they're meeting up with someone for the first time.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to admit that they're online dating.
Like, man, I've been on this site for 3 years now. Still can't make anything work.
You're my 30th date.
Yeah. All right, so she told you it was her first time dating, but how did everything go with you two? Like, why do you think she doesn't want to go out with you again?
Well, I don't know. There were just a couple of moments that were just kind of unfortunate. Like, I made this joke that she did not get, and I don't know, I have a pretty dry sense of humor. And
Wait, she didn't get the joke or she didn't like the joke? Those are two different things.
She didn't get the joke.
Okay, what was the joke?
We were having a great conversation. We were laughing, going back and forth, and I just said, God, this is great. I think we should go ahead and make it official, don't you? Totally deadpan.
Oh, no.
Totally deadpan.
That's not very funny.
Yeah, the delivery was a little off.
Yeah. So she didn't laugh at that joke, huh?
Yeah, no, she didn't think it was very funny. And I told her that I was joking, and she kind of laughed it off. And
Oh my God, she probably thinks you're lying about the joking line, and you think that she's lying about never online dating. You guys are really...
yeah, we're a couple of liars. We're made.
Yeah. I'm surprised this didn't work out. Did you recover from that joke, or was it awkward the rest of the night after you said that?
I mean, she kind of chuckled after I said I was joking, and she shrugged it off, and we continued to have an okay evening. And then she went to the bathroom, and we were kind of getting ready to say goodnight, and she came back, and I paid the bill, and she said, this is kind of embarrassing, but she said, she's like, I don't know if you know this, but your shirt's inside out. And
that's awesome.
She was right. My shirt was totally inside out. I don't know how.
No, wait. To be fair, was it a T-shirt or a button-up?
It was a T-shirt.
All right. Okay, so you had your shirt inside out the whole time, and then you made an awkward joke about you two making things official, like 30 minutes into your date.
Yeah. So this is why I'm saying I think I deserve another chance, because there were a few hiccups that could have been avoided, and, come on.
I just don't think that those two things warrant a I never want to see you again text message.
Well, actually, she didn't say outright that she didn't want to see me again. Like, we said goodnight that night, and we text back and forth for about a week, and I don't know, I just felt like she was kind of keeping me at arm's length, like she wasn't really giving me an opening to, ask her out again, and
right.
And then I finally did, just outright, and she said, I think maybe we'd be better off as just friends.
Oh, all right.
Sounded like a real nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked since that text where she just said, let's be friends?
Well, I responded saying, really? Why? Come on, let's grab some dinner. And she didn't respond to that. So,
well, that's not a good friend.
Exactly.
I always feel like when people send that text message, it usually means that they're just not attracted to you in that way. That maybe everything else is great about you, but they just have no sexual attraction towards you.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, someone who's gutsy enough to tell me that my shirt's inside out, she could have let that slide. She didn't have to tell me that.
Yeah. You'd think she'd give you just a straight up answer on what's wrong with you.
Yeah, exactly. Which is nothing.
Oh, okay. Mr. Confidence. I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if that's true. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, if you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Rick is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Kelly. We talked to him about his first date, and it sounded kind of like a disaster. But Rick, I think actually you got something way better than getting another date with this girl.
Really?
What's that?
You made a friend.
Aww.
That's right.
We all need more friends.
Rick made himself a friend. because after their date, they were texting back and forth a little bit, and one of her texts said, "You know what? I think we're better off as friends." And that's the last time she's talked to him. So she's not really a good friend that you keep in touch with a lot, but she is a new friend, and I think you should just rejoice in that, Rick.
I think that's a no from Rick. I don't think he's excited for some reason.
Yeah, got plenty of friends. Would really just like a second date.
Okay.
And were you really into her at the end of your first date, or is this one of those want what you can't have type of situations?
No, she's great. I really would like to see her again.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Okay, and just to recap, there was an awkward moment on the date when he made a joke that they should make things official. She didn't get the joke, so he thinks that could be reason number one why she just wants to be friends with him. And then he also was wearing his shirt inside out the whole time, and she waited until the date was over to tell him that. That's another reason that he thinks she doesn't want to go out with him again. All right, Rick, I'm about to dial her phone number. Here we go.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Kelly.
Yeah, hi, this is Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
You familiar with the show?
The show?
Oh.
No, she just apparently knows another Jubal
All right,
from Brooke
yeah.
and Jubal in the Morning.
You sounded like you knew who it was. Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show?
This is the radio show?
Yeah. I don't think it's who you thought was calling.
Yeah, wrong number.
No.
The reason that I'm calling you is because one of our listeners actually emailed us and asked if we could get you on the phone.
Okay.
His name is Rick.
Rick?
Yeah, and Rick's kind of a friend of yours, like a new friend. You guys went out on a date together.
Oh my God. Rick?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is that a good?
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if somebody goes out on a date with somebody and then gets blown off, they email us to see if we can get that person on the phone and ask what went wrong. So Rick...
He emailed you guys?
Yeah, and he's curious why you don't want to go out with him again.
I already told him we could be friends. I don't...
Yeah, he did tell us that, but he's curious why he's being put in the friend zone right away because he would love to like go out on an actual date with you again.
Oh my God.
And you know that friend thing was a lie because according to him, you haven't texted him again after wanting to be friends.
Well, yeah.
So can you tell us why you don't want to go out with him again?
You know, I was so hesitant to do online dating because, one, I liked meeting people the old-fashioned way, but my friends were like, no, it's so much fun, you have to do it. But they all had horror stories of how everybody lied on their profile.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone say it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So you gave in and did it, and you met Rick.
Did he lie about his profile? Is that what you're getting to?
Yeah, he is the liar.
Whoa!
What did he lie about? Did he look different?
No, he looked exactly like his photos.
Okay.
So that was nice.
That's
he
good, at least.
He represented himself the same in the photos.
Okay.
It was like everything else in the profile kind of seemed like a lie.
So was he like an entrepreneur, but it turns out he lives in his mom's basement or something?
Kind of similar. I'm a very active person, and what really drew me to his profile was his interests. He said he loved hiking, he loved rock climbing, snowboarding, and photography.
Yeah.
And these are all things I am very passionate about. So I was hoping to meet somebody where we had similar interests that we could do these things together.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's a pretty sexy profile, I'm not going to lie. I would be turned on by those things too.
Yeah. And when the conversation happened and I would bring up, like I talked about going snowboarding once a year with my family and something I look forward to every year. And I take my snowboarding very seriously. And he had nothing to say about snowboarding.
What?
Well, maybe he just didn't have anything to add into the conversation. That doesn't mean he doesn't bored.
Yeah.
But then I brought up hiking because his profile says, I love hiking. All caps. I love hiking.
All right.
And I said, hey, when's the last time you went hiking? And he just threw up his hands in the air and shrugged his shoulders and said, I don't know.
And you said it was in all caps on his profile that he loves hiking?
All caps. Exclamation points.
right.
It's such a weird thing to lie about.
Well, that's like the basic thing to say, right? I love hiking. I love outdoors.
Yeah, if you want to seem like an outdoorsy type of person, you just say you like to hike.
Yes, it was just so strange. He had nothing to add about this, so I kept asking more questions about the rock climbing and mountains he liked, and he would just stare at me with like a blank stare.
So
then I talked about photography.
Yeah.
And asked him what's his favorite camera, and he said, I don't know. I just use my phone.
Super passionate, obviously. Yeah.
So I have no idea what's going on with his profile, if he just copied somebody else's or if he thought it was good bait to get women to respond to his profile.
Yeah, to seem like adventure dude.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just so bizarre, like such a weird thing to lie about.
Well, this is going to be a good experience for you, too, because he's actually on the other line listening and would like to talk to you about his interests. Yeah, he's actually on the other line.
He's on the other line?
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow. Big misunderstanding here.
Yeah, sounds like it, Rick. It's one way to word it.
So, you heard everything. Everything I said was true, right? Can you explain why you put all those things on your profile?
Well, I put them on my profile because I'm interested in them.
But it doesn't sound like you do any of them.
Well, no, I mean, not as much as I would like to, but I work 60 hours a week. I work really hard, and the last time I went hiking was well over a year ago with some friends, and I had a great time. But I don't have the opportunity to go with them every time that they go.
Rick, you said you never went snowboarding, and then your profile says it's a passion of yours.
I mean, I guess passion is a little strongly worded, but I don't know. I think it's really cool. Like I watched YouTube videos and.
So there you go, Kelly. He is passionate about it. He's watching YouTube videos of snowboarding.
See what I mean? He's a liar.
Rick, I can't believe that this is the first time this has been an issue for you in all of your online dating experience. Like, no one else has brought up the fact that you say you love snowboarding and have never actually gone?
Well, no, because most girls are just interested in talking about themselves.
You know, Rick, I'm not like that. I enjoy talking to the other person. I enjoy getting to know somebody else. So I think you owe it to other women you're going to be dating to represent yourself accurately. I think you should change your profile. Whoa. That you like Netflix.
Yeah, there you go, Rick. I'm passionate about watching snowboarding on YouTube. That would be a better way to put it.
But I'm not going to change my profile. I said that I love snowboarding because I love snowboarding and I love hiking. Yeah, I don't go every day or every week, but every time I've done it, I really enjoy it. So yeah, it's an interest. I'm not gonna say on my profile that I'm interested in algebra, which is what I do every day. I mean, like, come on.
See, but I think you're not giving people a chance to get to know the real Rick. I mean, I understand that there's a lot of pressure when you fill out those dating profiles to sound like a really cool person, and sometimes when you put yourself on paper, you realize how boring you are. But there's got to be something that you're passionate about that other people are passionate about too.
Does being passionate about something mean that you have to do it? Like,
well, generally,
yes.
Really. I think so.
Yeah, not really at all. Like,
Rick, at least you should try it once if you're passionate about it. You can't say you're passionate about it and have never done it.
Okay.
You come off a liar.
Okay, Kelly, I think, I get what you're saying, but I think that calling me a liar is a little harsh, don't you think? I mean, yeah, okay, maybe I do need to try something before I say that I'm passionate about it. I mean, maybe you could take me snowboarding. I would love that.
Hey, there you go. Kelly, would you like to go out on a second date with Rick? We'll pay for it. Not the snowboarding, that's expensive, but we'll pay for you guys to go out and maybe set up a snowboarding date.
You know, I'm a little hesitant because he lied, but I'm also very interested to see him on a snowboard.
Oh my God.
All right. So is that a yes? You will take Rick to experience his passion for the first time ever.
And you guys are paying for this.
We'll talk about the snowboarding thing, but we'll get you out there.
In that case, I would be honored.
Oh my God. Rick is going to hate it. The first day of snowboarding is like
Yeah.
the worst day of your life. You
Well-
will never have a more hurt butt ever.
No, this is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to getting out there and discovering more about my passion.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I think everybody who does online dating learned a very valuable lesson today from the second date update, and that is lie on your profile as much as you want, because it doesn't matter. You'll get another date anyway.
But you don't
if you
learn-
missed it, Rick wanted to call a girl named Kelly. They went out on a date. They met online. It turns out that the reason she didn't want to go out with him again was because all of the things that he listed as interests on his profile, he didn't know anything about. Not at all. He said that snowboarding was a passion of his, and he's never even been snowboarding. He's just seen videos on YouTube and thought he could list that as a passion. So she's like, he lied about everything.
And I like when we called him, or when she had confronted him, he stuck to it. Like, he didn't
That's
just
his passion,
say,
yeah.
you're right, I made it up to meet chicks.
Yeah.
He said, no, it's still a passion of mine.
I don't have to do it to love it.
Yeah, you can still watch it and enjoy it. Anyway, they did decide to go out again, and maybe she can take him snowboarding someday.
Yeah.
We'll see how that one goes. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.